Hello, everyone, and welcome. Pets and Dragons. Pets and Dragons. We are now in a different setup. I have stolen Rich and 20's box of doom.
For legal
different.
reasons, that is a joke.
My lawyer told me to say that's a joke.
My PR guys told me to say it's not serious.
You know, it would have been funnier. This is how we start.
Yes.
Sorry, you're just going.
You start with a whole load of sadness.
This
That's
is
what
being
we start
streamed,
with.
correct?
Yes.
Excellent.
Excellent. Yes.
Means it's all over the internet now, right?
Yes, it does. Hey, it was already over the internet.
When last we left our heroes, when we left off,
We were sailing home.
Just gonna keep
Well,
following.
to his home.
Norwich.
Jaren's.
Jaren!
Ah, Jaren.
Shut up, man!
Jerome.
Jarn, Urzexu, Devasri, Leilani, Philip Durand,
May or may not have
and Kiana.
forgotten his name and
Is
just
that
kept
Sue?
on referring to him as Master in casual conversation.
Yes, we will begin
Poor Saul.
as the ship
Vessel and-
lands on the shores of Thessaton, and technically the island of Norwich, the city of Norwich, does not have a port because it's in the middle of the island. So you would land in. I need to find the map.
I doubt I can hear it.
We're just happy to have him.
Fair enough.
It's a terrible idea.
You hit that down just one more.
Just a horrible idea.
You're a terrible idea. Here you are. You were bored.
Yeah.
The port
You gotta-
of you probably land in Fernsworth, which is
Alright.
Ah,
or by Eastbourne, but you specifically were like, let's not do that.
Is Fernsworth next to Bush Price?
What?
What is Bush Price?
can we see the map again? Alright, well.
I get it now, Ryan.
Where do you get
Oh my gosh.
Bush Price Fernsworth.
He just
You have
combined
disappointed
synonyms.
everyone,
Synonyms.
Good. That's my job.
including yourself.
And
I am
not
not
disappointed
yourself.
me though. I am quite happy.
You shouldn't be.
You should be. You should be disowned.
No,
We're disowning you, Nate.
Good.
it's a good thing you're not my brothers, no, aren't you?
He can't disown you.
Oh, I can.
Not legally.
Legally.
He is legally an adult.
I'm sorry,
No.
is someone talking?
He's also not
No.
your parent.
We are.
Yeah, we are. What you gonna do about it, bro?
Must have been the wind. Yes, you will land around Fernsworth and then be escorted back to Norwich through the plains of Thessaton. Would you like to talk about anything on the way there?
That's entirely up to them.
What time of day is it?
3 o'clock.
In the AM or PM?
Afternoon.
Surely, yeah.
Okay, so it's the next day then, because we left
Yes.
at night.
hmm
Yes. It's a long boat. Ferry ride.
Has anybody slept yet, or are we all just really tired?
No,
Oh, I slept.
Me and
Hey! Philip actually slept.
oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
That's nice, dear.
Pretty
Whatever
decent
makes you
sleep
feel better at
after
night.
that event.
Impressive.
It's a 17 on a will.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you can see this. This will be our non-copyrighted box of doom dice. This is the box of doom dice. You can't call it that. So
Nice and golden.
The Docks of Boom.
the Docks of Boom
We are
dice.
calling it. No, wait. Doxing is wrong.
That's going to be the official name. Is the Docks of Boom.
All right,
So,
fine.
No, you can dox people so long as they're the right people to dox.
Like fictional character.
I would like to say that
Yes.
none of us at Paths and Dragons endorse what this man is saying. We do not know him.
He will be fired
Actually,
promptly.
one of the
He just
members
showed
of
up
Paths
one
and
day.
Dragons does endorse doxing.
He just
Just doxing for the right reasons and against the right people.
I agree.
Yes,
Like,
children.
don't like.
Yes,
And
definitely dox children.
Yes.
Also punt them.
You did. I dropped
I
a kick
dropped
the
the child
orphan.
In self-defense.
What would you do?
Oh, that was
Would you like
There's a
to?
child
Would you
right
like?
in front of you?
Shut up. Would you like to discuss anything on the way?
We're talking about punching children.
Not currently.
Well, Philip is currently on the deck, specifically the prow of the ship, just kind of leaning against the guardrail and taking in that ocean breeze.
Monkey. You doing okay, Philip? As Kiana walks over to you.
Okay, right. Gotta remember, I'm in a British accent.
We're sorry if he offends all of you Brits.
There's no one.
There's no Brits
All of
watching
these
this.
There's no
There's
one
no one
watching
watching.
this.
There's like 2 people watching this.
Well, I'm doing much better this morning than I was the previous night. So, thanks for asking.
I know it was a long night for you, as you've had some things to think about.
That's one way of putting it, but yes.
I hope everything gets better for you after that whole fiasco.
Right, yes. So do I.
And she awkwardly turns around and walks away.
It's working.
I'm going to try
Are
to
you
press a
purposely being
snicker.
bad at small talk?
It's working.
Yes. In every way that I can find to discourage her. Yes.
Okay. Anyone else?
Did you say it was the afternoon?
It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
3 p.m.
How long was that boat ride?
At least 4.
It's like a day's trip.
From Eastbourne, it is 12 hours.
Oh,
And we're going around to the opposite side of Desitin.
right. Okay, I understand now.
Which adds a
So
couple
it's at least
more.
4.
Yeah, at least 4.
Left. At least 4 left.
Yes.
Yes. Can I help you?
I don't think I'm.
I don't think so.
I'm just gonna be sitting in a chair in my room, reading a book.
You don't read.
Are you sulking, or do you just not like socializing in general with your guests?
The answer is yes.
I mean,
If I'm not allowed to talk that quiet,
You see, I know the mic can hear me.
I've talked to this
Yes,
close.
whisper in capital letters.
No, I have talked
That
to
is
this close
because-
before, and you've said it can't hear me.
So that is because the mic was broken.
Well, whisper in capital letters from now on.
Whispering capital letters. How do you?
You have to whisper.
in all caps.
You whisper like this.
shouldn't you-
I am whispering. Yes,
I also was whispering.
exactly.
I also wasn't whispering. I was just speaking
Okay.
quietly.
It's whispering with passion.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
whisper
a
with
really good
passion
title
at
to
Aaron.
something.
It's a really good title for
That's
it.
a really
romantic
good
novel.
album name.
Yeah.
Whispering with passion. Yeah.
It'll be coming out by the Passion Dragons music channel. Not sponsored.
It's
Not existing.
It's your company name.
Shut up, man.
Well, in
Right, we're not sponsoring ourselves here.
We can. We are not making money. Shut up. We will someday.
Yours can be free. I'm just saying.
Look at the face of disappointment.
Just keep role playing.
microphones look like marshmallows.
Shouldn't you be at least trying to improve relations with the...
What do you think Kiana's doing?
Being herself, I guess.
She's trying to improve their relation, that's for certain.
And it's failing.
Well, honestly, you can try as well. It's not just her job to support the family, as it is said.
It is now.
If Kiana's in charge of their relations, their family will not last 10 years.
You right.
Philip.
You right.
Get all the merchandising.
I thought you were drinking. Now I'm sad.
Yeah. Look, it's the limited edition, quote unquote.
So I have to get all
It's the
merchandising.
original logo. Ignore it.
Brought to you by Season 3 of Entity Point, out now.
Just finished. In fact, the video premiered earlier today.
Are we like filming that tomorrow? Or something?
No, I don't think we're playing that tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Not in
Not in Steve Point.
This is why we
Philip, why are you making noises at the
This is
That's a
why
good
we
question.
play in person.
Sometimes you just gotta scream at the waves.
Yes, this is already
The
instantly
internet's
better
being
than
a little
Discord.
weird.
You look like a depressed teacher.
He is the best teacher. I leave you alone for not even 5 minutes.
What the heck happened to you?
He knocked over my freaking cup.
I hope that's not your freaking cup.
It is my freaking cup.
I don't like that.
Hi, we're not role playing.
That makes me uncomfy.
Hey, role play.
We will be right back. I'm sorry.
Would you two like to chat?
About what?
I don't know.
Yeah, currently Leilani is just standing around being helpful, not particularly in a mood to chat
Yeah.
unless there's something to be talked about.
Yeah, we
which-
did a lot of chatting last night.
Yeah.
That was fine.
Okay.
Currently, right now, I imagine both of us are just processing mostly
Yes.
in silence.
The captain of the ship walks over to you and oh, I hope you're holding up better. Seeing as you're about to be the guest of the Lord and Lady Zexu.
Yes, we do find ourselves in better spirits than yesterday, as I was just telling Lady Kiana, but I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless, and I understand what you're saying about the Lord and Lady who have kindly extended hospitality toward us, so maybe ease up on the passive aggressiveness.
Who's being passive aggressive?
That really wasn't well masked, and in fact, I believe it was intentional.
I'm asking a question.
A passive aggressive question.
The only one being passive aggressive here is you.
I am certainly not being passive aggressive.
I was being polite.
You're being what?
I was being polite.
Uh,
You took that as passive aggressive.
you
I wasn't
were-
being passive aggressive. I was just being aggressive.
You were implying that we would have an unsavory stay with the
No, I
Lord
wasn't.
and Lady Zexu.
I was not. I merely asked if you were in a better situation for your current state.
Considering that we were with Lord and Lady Zexu.
Yes. Are we still on the boat? I hope you have a good stay. Are we still on the boat?
Right, well,
What appears to be the problem? Word of advice: be on your best
As
behavior.
Jaren walks up,
perhaps pay mind to your manners when addressing another lord.
I'm not addressing a lord.
No, but
That lord's over there.
you are
Did
addressing...
you actually gestures to your dad?
Right, well, you're still addressing the son of one.
Son of a lord. On the sea, lords and ladies don't matter.
Right.
Watch your tone, Captain.
Yes. In fact, I believe it is employer who has right of way here.
He's not paying me.
Who is?
My father. The Lord Zexu.
Right, well,
He doesn't give a crap how I treat him.
just
But he
interject.
cares how you treat her. And he's a guest that she likes. So you better treat him right.
Right. Well,
Technically, he's a stowaway.
who?
Stowaway. I believe he was referring to the stowaways.
You know,
Stowaways implies that we did not know that they were
that we
coming.
stowed away.
We invited them. You will treat them as guests.
Are you rolling intimidate?
Yes, I am. That is a 17. I have an 8. I got a 9. That's 17.
Your dad, or your father paid me to escort you and your sister and your servant to and from Kamlisle. That's all I've been paid for. I was not paid to
Right.
be
Well,
nice.
I suggest being polite to the son of the lord, who is the lord of the most influential city in Thessaton, and you could very.
I'm sorry, I believe Norwich would be the most influential city.
I mean, it's really a matter
Then-
of perspective, but simply by statistics, Eastbourne, who is ruled over by the cousin of the king, by many metrics, I would say, is far more influential than Norwich. But
Maybe on Tessiton.
again, you would be remarkably surprised, and I would warn you that there are people above you in social status who have a large influence over your reputation.
Oh, I can't
As a
wait to tell my
ferryman.
father how you're treating this cousin of the king.
And
Even larger egos.
The
Oh,
son
I'm
of the
treating him
cousin of the
nice.
king. You also seem to think that what you think on this trip matters. You are a captain of this ship. You are simply here to take us to and fro. That is all. And that is all you are. Remember that. Can I roll again? 21. My character is built for intimidation.
My character's built different.
Can you repeat what you said? In a more intimidating manner?
Remember, you are simply the captain of the ship, meant to take us to and fro, nothing more. Remember that.
And you're merely a child who thinks you have any say in the world.
Are you not the captain of a ship
I was-
made to take
I have more say on
us?
this ship than you do.
I was
Okay.
this close to actually apologizing to you.
But then you went there.
And now? Ah,
Kiana,
I
this
was not
captain
paid
is
to
doing
respect you. I was paid
Maybe
to
this is
You're also
settled
made
in
to shut up.
Actually,
not
no.
This man.
That was not in my contract.
yes.
I would recommend
He
you
does
stay
not seem
quiet.
Well-meaning. In this
15.
world.
Not 15, sorry. 14.
There are other ways of dealing.
How
with
are
this
you
kind of
rolling so
problems.
well?
Well, his previous roll was a natural 20.
Oh.
So
Oh, that makes sense then.
Oh, interesting counter rolls against intimidation.
I know. It should. He's doing will saves. It's like grit.
can you repeat that?
Then I would suggest you. What did I say again?
You keep quiet.
Yeah, keep quiet.
Stationary.
Did I say you could speak?
He did not speak.
But he was about to. Because he did. Go be a captain.
Well, that was
And continue pretending
eventful.
you have power. And he just walks away. Over into the
Well, you
Captain's
he did
quarters.
leave, so. I apologize.
I'm not even one for flaunting my own nobility. In fact, I think it's ridiculous sometimes, but something about that man just infuriated me.
We can make sure he's dealt with at a later date.
Right.
Currently, he is in control of where we are headed, so
Yes, you are correct. Ah.
oh yeah.
Make sure he stays the right course.
I would have no idea
How
about
about
Yes,
something
what the
but
right
pretty
course
much.
is.
Yes, that's a good. I
Pretty
am.
much,
Yes, I
make
could
sure the
definitely
ship
eat something right now.
Doesn't stop going in the same.
We're gonna
direction
head
they're
down
going.
into wherever people eat food on
You know
the
what I
ship.
mean? Like,
The mess hall.
Whatever you wish.
Sure, if it's big enough
Lord.
ship to have a mess hall.
do you understand?
Be a big ship.
Maybe.
Mess hall is a strong word.
To our destination.
Wherever.
There's a couple tables down.
In a storeroom, yeah.
For example,
That
you
is
see
also
where our
acceptable.
Or the
destination
larder, I
is,
believe,
and we don't
would be
Stop.
a correct term.
No.
Yeah.
In fact, there is one table bolted to the
Okay.
floor.
Yes, I will grab whatever acceptable food seems to be located there. And
I have fish, dried meat,
Dried fish.
Stew. Fish
like
stew.
fresh stew.
Fresh is a strong word.
It's stew.
I think I will avoid the
It's stew.
stew.
You can't tell what what's
It's
in the
meat.
stew.
There's
Yes.
meat in there
If there's-
somewhere.
If there's some sort of rum or something, I'll grab some of that as well, and some dried meats or whatever other dried or yes, possible.
Food that won't perish very easily
Yes.
or very quickly.
What? Yeah. I scrounge around and see what I can find, and I bring it to Philip.
Marquis Philip, what is life like in where do you live again?
He's born.
What is life like in Eastbourne? I'm very curious. I've never been myself.
It's a hell of a lot. It's a hell of a lot better than this. I can tell you that much. And I don't mean our current situation being on the ship. In fact, some of the nobles there are far more ruthless than our captain is. But no, it's much more enjoyable. I attend many social events and social get-togethers with many people of high social status, and yeah, the city is quite it's quite beautiful. In fact, I would say it's one of Eastbourne's greatest aspects is its architecture.
Fascinating. I do hope I can visit someday.
Yes. That yes. That would in fact be something.
It's been there for like 2 days.
To be fair, clip bars can't really go stale.
Nope. Yeah,
They're just always stale.
they're not imperishable, and slightly indestructible.
imperishable.
They're never fresh.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
true.
die.
But indestructible.
Just like a Klondike bar.
Or they melt very
Or
easily.
Clifford.
What would you do for
The
a
big red
Klondike bar? What would you do for a Klondike bar?
That depends on who's in my life.
Manslaughter.
I'm so glad no one.
I can
They're
melt the clip bar.
80% peanut butter.
Peanut butter melts very easily.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right, well, I don't suppose I have to ask you much about Norwich, as
you will be going there.
that's our destination.
How's the weather this time of year?
Oh, great. Rolling.
Pirate encounter?
Pirates? What, mate? Bruh. I can't wait.
30.
What are we
Look at
rolling?
these
Are we
scallywags.
we're rolling perception?
No.
No?
He was rolling a percentile dice.
Oh. Random
Because
encounter.
as far
Random
as far as
encounter.
I'm concerned, I don't believe he can roll a 30 at this moment.
Not yet.
No. Well,
No.
probably could.
I'm sorry.
I'm a high wisdom person with
30?
decent
Is that what you
perception.
said? You also have a 6 in intelligence. Shut up.
Okay.
Intelligence, do
I
I?
get your drift there.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
You cannot read.
not +6. That makes more sense.
I said you have a 6, not
Yes.
a +6. I didn't say you were +6.
Right. I was.
So we fight pirates.
So we pipe pirates.
We light lights.
So a few hours pass, and
So we dock some boom.
Good foods.
Anime eating sounds.
I'm gonna assume none of you are proficient with anything that has to do with the ship.
No.
Can't say that
No.
I am.
Nope.
I don't believe so.
That's why
That's gonna be enough for me, dog.
sailors.
Were we given an arrival time?
Yes,
That arrival time being.
around 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So 3 hours.
And what time?
So
is it
we're
now?
fairly close.
Yeah, 3 hours.
6 o'clock.
Right.
30 minutes less than
Can we see our destination?
Ah.
I had a feeling.
Oh no.
So
This might.
As I would like,
This much-
you two are basically almost always on the deck, right?
When not eating, yes.
So I would like both of you to roll
place.
That's
intelligence.
Dad.
Oh,
Where's his
goody.
Dad. Where's the King Brit? Sorry, Lord Brit.
I believe I have also been
13.
Lord of
tasked.
the Who.
I
12.
believe I've also been tasked with making sure the ship is staying at least mildly on course.
Can we see the island? No, we cannot.
17.
You've passed by the same big rock formation about 3 times now.
Tunnel Island.
Are you gonna come tell me?
He's the only she's the only one that notices.
I'm going to walk to the captain's cabin.
Good girl.
The captain's captain.
You walk over to the cabin
You can't switch the
where there are a couple
the
of the sailors just
Right,
drinking
switch to
nearby.
syllable.
What would you like to do?
Do you know where the captain is?
He should be in there.
As he's drunk.
Yes.
What do we do with a drunken sailor?
So I will go into that area.
That's what this is gonna be.
You open and you see the captain just sitting there. Gonna help you.
I do not believe we are lost, are we?
No, I know exactly where we're going.
In circles?
Yes. Seems like you noticed.
Yeah,
I have to kill you now.
Fireball.
There are
I
much better
cast
ways to
Eldritch
deal with
Blast.
this problem.
Yes. Take steering wheel.
don't try me, bud.
You can't cast those.
I can cast the Pathfinder equivalent of it, though.
Yeah. Fireball.
Seems like you noticed. What are we
So-
gonna do now?
Shanky. That's what we're gonna do.
If I do let the people I am supposed to let know about this, you will be hurt.
And you will also be shot.
I don't want anyone
Either of
to be
them.
hurt.
I don't want either of those
Good.
options.
So as far as I'm aware, I have about 4 very rich hostages.
All of which with powerful ability.
I'm just decent with a sword.
Am I lying?
Yeah, that's fine.
What are we gonna do about that?
Fireball. Can't cast fireball. Not
He
yet.
won't be able to cast fireball.
Not yet.
He's a
Ready
wind-
action. Ready
He's
action.
a wind wizard.
Shouldn't we be
Just
arriving
do
at our
whip.
destination about
It will be lightning bolt.
Just imagine we're
No, we
about-
have 3 hours.
No,
So-
it's 6 now. Our arrival time was 6.
Oh.
What is? Are
We
you
should
just
do it
going
in
to
about
sail
an
us
hour.
in circles forever, or is
was
there a
short.
point to this?
Well, originally it was just because. But, well, now there is a point.
You aware?
Have
As
you?
like I said, I have 4 very rich hostages.
Patrick.
Can I
Patrick?
roll survival? To be
I know
able to tell
exactly where
if
you are right now.
we're going in circles.
Patrick.
That's much better. 23.
22.
Patrick. I know exactly where she is right now.
Mhm.
In the captain's
Huh?
cabin. For an
Yeah.
awfully long time.
No, You have noticed.
Hasn't
I
been
walked
there
into the
very
captain's
long.
cabin
What?
to have a short
Hasn't been there
conversation.
very long.
Yeah,
Many
No.
times.
So not unusually
No, I
long
know.
time.
But
it is partially.
you
Debate
don't
with
normally
captains
go and
escalated
go to the
to another point.
captain.
I
I would like you to
I've
roll
gone
perception.
near the cabin.
John, where are you?
Probably in my room.
31.
Okay, I'm going to
Sulking
actually.
and brooding.
10.
So Leilani, you notice there are more sailors on deck than there are
Yeah.
normally.
Ah, nice.
Please tell me you didn't roll that one and you rolled that.
There's about like 3 or 4 more than there usually
You didn't
are.
roll that one, Nate.
That is not.
I'm not
believe-
rolling for any of his stuff. I'm rolling for my own sake right now because I am currently just
believe-
talking with the captain.
You left one of your scrolls down below. Can I bring it to you?
Yes. Yes.
I love shape-shifting aliens.
Hey, Philip, you don't have any scrolls.
I understand. Yeah.
We both know this.
We fully understand.
So I'm headed to the captain's quarters.
Okay, as you do see, as there are 2 guys who are standing in front of the door. The open door, by the way.
Do I happen to see anyone inside?
You wouldn't see his character because she's too short.
We're spearing
They're
though.
blocking the door completely.
Oh, okay.
They're not they're not by the door. They are in
You're like
front of the
5'5",
door.
right?
Where's
I see.
Spearno?
Fierndell,
That's
he
not short.
is
That's decent.
up on the second deck.
That's short.
Just
I'm
looking
short.
across.
You're right. You're like 2 inches shorter than the average.
Right. Give me just a second to check something.
Right. Well, Philip is going to go over
Perception.
to his father then.
Right.
What?
No.
No, not your phone.
Sir, first off, for rich people, there is
Fierndell, Kiana. 4 royals.
okay.
4 very rich hostages.
I knew of 3. I forgot Kiana existed.
Fair enough.
Tell me, are you sending a missive for ransom, or are you talking pirates?
Oh no, I'm not. What kind of pirates?
The pirate kind of pirates.
The kind of pirates that would not bode well for most people.
No, I'm not just gonna go around pillaging things.
No, I'm
No,
talking.
that's a
Did you
Viking.
contact them?
No. How would I do that?
I don't know. You probably have some sort of messaging device here. I don't do shits.
I thought you said it backwards.
Here's what's gonna happen. You're going to go out there and let them know that about this.
And
Okay. I'm gonna cast a small glance into the back room. Has she entered by now?
No.
I have not.
She's at the door, and you wouldn't be able to see her, as there are
Yes,
2
but have
guys
I-
completely blocking the door.
Near short.
I do
And
have
she's
what
tall.
I'm planning on doing now.
You have probably heard my voice.
As the door is still wide open.
So
I'm going to walk up to
Sir-
the
Sir.
first. Are you still doing things, Nate?
Yes, I have one last thing to do.
Sorry, waiting for you to be done.
When I get that this is your ship, and that while there are a incredible amount of your men on here, I do believe only one of those royals is a slouch in combat.
And it's me.
And it will
No, it's not.
if they do
Yeah, it's good.
figure out that they are not being brought where they are desired to be brought, it will not bode well. So-
I'm aware that there's some magic users on
So,
the ship
I am
and some quite proficient combat, but you see, I have a way around that. As he sets a couple guns on the table.
I have guns.
Again, I
And a
implore
gun.
you. I do not wish to see anyone on the ship dead. Please
Like, as
reconsider.
As I said, please
go
go
to
out.
a new port. And I'm going to roll diplomacy here.
See, I would roll intimidate.
So-
but
Yeah,
that
well.
is a 15.
as that's
No.
happening,
Not bad. Not bad.
Philip is approaching his father.
Very well.
And your father is just leaning over the railing of the ship. Like, his left hand is holding onto the nub.
Yeah. Afternoon, father. How's the hand doing?
Non-existing.
Rather the lack thereof.
Not as painful as I thought it would be.
All right, well, that's good. Anyway, and Philip will quiet his voice to where only, presumably, the 2 of them can hear over the roar of the sea, wind.
And fish.
Yes, the roar of the fish. I don't know if you noticed, but
Fish sound.
we're going in circles.
You need to get your father's wisdom. British. Not that kind. That's still British.
I noticed about 10 minutes ago.
Right. I believe we've been taken captive. And
There are 2 sailors over there that have their guns drawn. They're not pointing at us yet.
but they will very fast. So, I believe, Leilani knows of this as well, and I would presume that Devassery does as well, and Jaron. Devassery is his servant.
You probably have message.
I do, don't I?
You do have message. And I do too, because it's canon. Right?
Not cantrip
So-
for everyone.
Everyone has all the cantrips, remember?
We're doing
How-
Connor's rule.
Right, but different classes have different cantrip anyway. Whatever.
So, what's going to happen?
We can hope that they do not wish for the heart of defeat.
That's assuming that they know of.
Because that is the most valuable thing I have on me.
It's true, but as far as I know, they know nothing about it.
Correct.
So it's right. Well,
Quite a sticky situation.
indeed.
That sounds like a perfect time for a mid-roll.
Righty. My turn?
Yes. If only we could do that.
All right. So I'm heading
did
over
not
to
do
these 2 guards, right? I'm going to approach and say, "Hey, boys."
Oh, God. Fair enough. Fair enough.
At which, where are you going? He's getting his lips ready.
He's getting his lips ready.
Putting on his sailor's vest.
I'm assuming there aren't a whole, a large diversity amongst the genders of the sailors.
No, some of them are drunk.
It's somewhere.
That will make this a little harder. But
Oh, there's an evil ship.
Hmm?
In the villain codex, there's literally an evil ship section.
cool.
I'm just gonna use that, but I don't know where it is.
Probably upstairs in my room.
So-
Since you're not here.
First of all,
Go
to
look for
clarify
it.
something that is, I guess I assumed as Ryan, there isn't a whole bunch of gender diversity on the ship, is there?
Would you please go look for it? It should be on my
Okay. Yeah.
What's
That
it called?
Yeah.
Shelf. I forgot the word for shelf.
So. Yeah, and both of these are men, correct?
Yes.
That's
They look almost identical, and one has a scar on this side, one has a scar on this side.
No, that's concerning.
I like these 2. Yeah. So I walk up. "Hey, boys."
Hello. What do you want?
Well, I can't help but notice what handsome physique the 2 of you have.
Can you roll?
Yes, I can.
Just straight charisma?
Diplomacy?
Thank you. No. You're not trying to get them to do anything. You're literally just
I'm trying to improve
to
their attitude.
Which is diplomacy.
It is.
Yeah, okay.
He's being diplomatic, albeit a subcategory, which is flirtatious. But
Nice. That is a 30 exactly.
nice. Are you back on the deck?
I have not left the deck. I have just.
I'm
walked
just
over
waiting
the
to
captain's
be told
quarters.
what's going
This is
on.
where
Oh,
we're
you're
at.
talking to the. Oh, okay, you're talking to the ones.
I'm
in
just
front of
waiting
the
to be told
Mhm.
what's going on.
Yup.
Is
Yeah.
Kiana on the deck?
I don't know.
Is Kiana on the deck?
No,
Rolling against it
It rolled
again. Yeah.
surprisingly well.
Yeah. We'll mention that later.
These are too high level. Sorry. The pirate section, the minimum level is 5. So
No,
Lord.
It is a problem.
no, our max level is 2.
I'm assuming you're not using those.
Darn.
Okay.
You're not going to use a level 5 boar, are you?
might.
Shut up.
Hey, as long as it's on a pirate ship.
So
I'm good with
you
that.
said I couldn't help but notice what handsome physique you have.
That is what I
And
said.
they both like are doing this and look at each other and they just start flexing a little harder than usual. Showing off them muscles.
Desire here.
And you know,
Just wasted.
I've managed to get free of my master for a short period, and I think I could probably spare a few minutes.
I was.
What did you expect?
I was adapting to that attitude, but then I don't know. I wasn't expecting that.
I was. Look what he's wearing.
But fair enough. Fair enough.
What he's wearing? He's wearing boots.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Do they seem to respond, or
They just.
Flex more.
How many minutes?
Another
you.
I'm going to look them up and down and say, enough.
Yep.
Yep, thought so.
They gesture to They both look and turn
As
to
I
the
do
opposite
that, I'm going to like
directions.
reach up and I'm going to put my hands like on their shoulders, and I'm going to try and use my dazzling touch ability.
And that dazzles them, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
if they are lower than my level, or my level. If they're level 2 or lower.
Should be lower than
They might be level 3 just to
Okay.
spite you.
So yeah, they are dazzled for 2 rounds.
Okay.
And
So they just
so like I just walk over and they just like
They are dazzled with your physique.
and I'm gonna kind of step around them and into the room. I'm going to turn to
excuse
the
me.
captain and
We're in
cast
a-
Charm Person.
Why not intimidate?
That would be the wrong
For the
thing to
captain,
do.
I will be using.
Not with me.
I swear, if he's level 5,
He's probably level 7.
He's technically a boss.
right? That's crazy. Though.
If we fight him, could just drown him. Could just push him overboard.
No, he's actually level.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Imagine a boss having 11 levels higher than party, or 10 levels.
Again.
9. That would be 9 levels higher.
Are we level? Oh yeah, we are level 2, aren't we?
Indeed.
Okay.
As a wizard, I
He
am
has to
keeping
make a
very
will
careful
save,
track
correct?
of what level.
That
I
is
am.
true. Yes.
Oh, he does not
Darn.
have good wills.
That's going to be a 3.
That's gonna keep
Was
going
good.
for a while.
I think it's
Hi,
a
no.
19.
You
but I'm
can't see
checking.
it, but that's cool. Wait. No. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's a 1.
Wow.
It's an 18 or a 19.
No, it's a 1.
Docks of Boom roll.
Dogs of Boom.
All right.
Plus his will.
11.
Oh, I see.
I see
Yeah.
there. That was the max. His will is +1.
Same.
Hey, mine's a plus.
He has a wisdom of 8.
Oh, he has one less than me.
So the captain's like, "What are you doing here?" Then
Being
And then,
all
Pretty woman.
And I'm like, you
pretty
would,
woman.
I'm sorry, you wouldn't mind taking us to our
Pretty woman.
destination, would you?
one second.
Keep in mind, he does treat me as a friend right now.
I think he treats you a little bit differently than a
Friends
friend,
are
Ryan.
more. Friends or money?
Ryan, I think he's treating you a little bit different than a friend.
He can decide that if he wants to.
Hmm.
In the most favorable way.
It does not mean it will do what you say.
No,
Just that
just
it might.
that they will treat me as though I am their friend.
Yeah. You can't attempt to order him.
Yes.
But you must win an opposed charisma check to convince it to do something it wouldn't ordinarily do.
Right. So he hasn't given him an order yet.
So you just
I just ask if you would mind taking us to our
Suggestion.
destination.
Right. Fernsworth, right? That's where we're going.
Yes,
I don't know.
that's it exactly.
Yeah. One second.
I'm going to give
He
Devas.
stands up and pushes past the dazzled guards.
I'm following behind him, kind of like leaning on him. Because I
he
can't.
like points up to the
God.
first mate
And as
who's
we
at the
leave-
wheel.
Yeah, as we leave, I'm
And-
going to give a meaningful glance to Devassery.
Meaningful plans.
Okay.
One second.
Meaningful glance.
I'll just kind of shake my head back at you.
I'm giving you a meaningful glance.
No.
It's
There you are.
It's
Considered
meaningful.
doing this earlier,
Right.
but I decided not to.
Meaningful glance.
Yeah.
Meaningful glance.
Ulmer, can you take us to Fernsworth? Just keep going where we were going.
So keep going around.
Not in circles, right?
Around the world.
Yeah,
around
not-
the world,
not in circles.
Around the world. Around the
Thank you so
And
much.
the first mate says, "Are you sure, Captain?"
Yes.
Did I stutter?
Yeah.
Did I stutter?
And the first mate like,
Maybe not.
All right. I don't see how this is earning us money, but okay.
"How long
Money,
does that
man.
person last?"
But money.
2 hours at
So-
this level. So we'll get us almost there. And
Yeah.
at some point in this 2 hours, I really do hope to catch Philip's eye.
You would have, with this now playing out,
As he was on the second deck
and watching this happen
with his father.
just looking over. Oh,
See, no reason to bother Jaren.
Jaren! It's not
Jaren.
Jaren. He's the one that said Jaren. I have always said Jaren. I said
I know
Jaren.
you've already
I say
said
Jaren to make him mad.
Yeah.
Bollocks.
look at what hurt.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
I was gonna say,
As
but
as best I can tell, we are going in the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Aaron, guess what? We're losing less frames down here than we are up there.
What do you mean?
When the computer's up there.
Hmm.
You
We
do
were only
know-
losing
no.
1.6%.
No. For some reason, over
Yes, I'm
Discord
sealing that 1.6%.
is so much
Good.
worse to do
Are you
than in
framing?
person. I don't know why.
Oh, yes.
Okay, continue. It's literally,
Yeah.
literally what he's getting at, Aaron. So about 2 hours later,
Yes.
I'm going
it
to
wears off.
Where
I'm
are we,
going to
Joe?
mildly search
Actually,
through the
Unless you would like to try and do something on the.
About 10 minutes before it wears off,
No.
I would like to attempt to cast it again for my second time today.
This will not be a Docs of Boom.
It should be a Doxaboom roll.
19, right?
Mhm.
Not natural 20.
That's
Hey,
unfortunate.
You know this beautiful thing called
That's all
diplomacy,
right.
Where I use intimidation.
Are we in his office right now?
But
Would you
after
Well, he would
24
be.
hours, they have no
Yes,
idea
and I have been
why they
He's
did
like-
that.
attached to him.
About 10 minutes after that, he's like,
As that happens, I'm go. Yeah, all right.
Wait,
where
Cast again.
are the guns still on his desk?
yes.
I have
Um,
taken those
Slowly
by now.
grabs his gun.
I have been in the captain's quarters and virtually unsupervised.
For
I have
not for 2 hours, no.
Yes, but in the first 15 minutes of me being
You would
in
not
the
have been able to
captain's
take them as you have nowhere to hold them on your body, and there are sailors all around that could notice you.
In the
More
last,
specifically, I am looking through the area.
Okay. Roll
Um,
perception.
There are many places to hide weapons inside a dress.
Am I what?
Are you informed you right?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not his.
All right.
I don't know about that.
19 to nuts. Okay. You notice the map of the isles. There are a couple of
don't wanna
X's on
bite.
certain spots, and a couple of. You see a couple of crudely written notes of like "Don't go here" in a couple spots, and you would notice there's a big circle around Scarfate.
The fact that this man has to write down where not to go
Just
is
in case
hilarious.
some idiot walks into the cabin without.
Here is the place of which we should not find ourselves.
Yeah, but you will be going there.
yeah.
And you would notice a bunch of notes and stuff, documents written in his desk. Effectively, they are not written. They are written in thieves' cant, so you cannot read them.
Yeah. They look like non. Actually, I'm going to roll linguistics to see if I can find out.
No. Thieves' Cant is only known by rogues.
Unfortunately, it's a
You
skill.
cannot
That's not a linguistics thing.
You cannot learn it.
The only way to learn it
It's
is
a-
if a
Yeah,
rogue
it
teaches
counts as
you.
a secret language like Druidic.
Can't break.
It literally,
Then
you
you're
have
hard
never,
to
you
learn.
would have never seen this before.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous to me, which means I think something's up there.
Mhm.
Right.
But you would notice a crumpled piece of paper inside of it, also written in Thieves' Cant.
Use
It
company
would be fairly
languages.
easy to stick that in my dress, right?
Yes.
Nate.
Yeah.
Nate.
I will take that. And I'm just gonna I'm sorry, friend.
It's very simple.
How
Yeah, I'm just gonna. If there's anything
how
else
much do I
that
want to make sure this goes off without a hitch?
Oh my
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god.
Oh,
All right, so
gosh,
I have
no.
about 9-ish minutes, right?
Yes.
Right.
Uh-huh.
50-50. Heads I win, tails I lose.
I'm
Heads
sorry,
I
what?
win.
Neither.
Tails I win.
Okay, that's fair.
Did
All
you
right.
lose?
Heads
No,
you
I
win.
won.
Tails I lose.
One what?
Heads I
Pride.
win, tails you lose.
Fair.
So, yeah, I'm gonna roll perception for ammo because, as ignorant as I am, I realize you have to load guns. 23.
Yeah, you would find where the ammo is mainly kept. There are some basically hidden compartments that have extra already loaded pistols in the captain's cabin
Okay,
that you would find.
right.
They have cannons on the ship, correct?
Yes.
That means
Did
they have
not
a store of
notice
gunpowder.
this, sadly enough.
What?
The extra hidden compartments with extra guns in them.
He keeps one in a bowl of rice.
And he keeps one in his
He keeps one in a bowl of rice just so it gets all the water out.
That's
and-
where the
How many are on the desk?
he keeps a
Oh,
lot.
there
of
were
stew.
2 on the desk.
stew.
Okay, and
Gun stew.
the others are they?
There were
how-
about 4.
How long does it take for him to reach for them?
Sitting in his compartment at the chair at the desk, there would be 2 right next to him. You could easily open up, pull out, fire. It's
Okay.
all you would notice them, and at this point, he sees you as a friend, so he doesn't do anything about it.
Mhm.
But they are already basically cocked and loaded, so that he can easily pull out.
Mechanics wise, move action, standard action.
Fire. Yes.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Where's my pencil?
Great
Where
question.
did my pencil go?
You haven't. You've let me do my work, right? You haven't encountered me again. You haven't saw me. out?
I've left
Okay.
you, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to kind of give him a look, and I'm going to walk across the room and lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
Does he say anything about this, or
Oh, are we doing something?
I thought it might be fun.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna push the guns off the desk,
As soon as you push the guns out of the desk, he's like, "Oh, okay."
Oh my gosh.
and I'm going to sit down on the desk. That's 2 guns he can't reach.
Really don't want to.
Good
But this
thing
captain would
Twitch-
immediately start
good thing-
unbuckling his pants.
Good thing Twitch
As
doesn't
soon
care
as you
about
sit
that.
down, he's like, "Oh, okay, we're doing this, okay."
Yeah.
No.
Are we gonna kiss first, or are we gonna do something else?
And then, yeah, I'm going to.
All of us are just.
I'm gonna give him a smirk, and I'm gonna see if I can pin him.
Okay.
This is not a CMD. It's just if he allows it.
Is he that kind of person?
Wow, you have
You're going there, huh?
you are pushing
I am.
our roleplay experience.
I'm sorry, but I'm trying to win.
This is the kind of character he has created.
Also, this is going to be the less aggressive version
not-
of the 2. That was what the coin flip
Less
was for.
aggressive.
Oh,
wait,
no,
no.
aggressive is he
You're
takes
right.
gun and
It could
shoots
have
the
been
man.
worse.
Yeah, he doesn't stop you.
All right, and Yeah, I'm then going to extend my fingernails at his throat.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's just like,
At this point, he
I
does
should kill
give
him.
a will save to break the charm person, since I am threatening him.
and just outright attacking.
Not
him
unless
now.
he likes it.
That's true.
Is he a sadist?
Is he a masochist?
No, that's different.
Like Markiplier.
You said the wrong.
I guess it's if he
Masochist
considers
is
it a
if you
threat.
like
If he
me.
considers it a threat, then he can roll, and if he doesn't, and I guess he has to wait.
1 second.
It's like, I don't know if he is or not. Because we're gonna.
He does not perceive it as a threat.
Oh my god, no!
Well then,
What? Yeah.
at some point he will discover that that this is a
9
threat.
minutes? You mean like 8 minutes?
Could be that long.
Oh, he doesn't have that kind of time.
So yeah,
I'm so sorry.
at some point he discovers that, and we'll get his roll.
This is fascinating.
Yeah.
At
This is a
least
lot of insight into you.
this is
me
where
as
this
a
version
character.
stopped. The other version kept going.
Yeah.
He fails. And for the next 8 minutes,
We just sit there, huh?
Uh-huh.
You're just like,
immense amounts of sexual tension.
No farther.
Yep.
So at the end of
Because of
that,
how you led this, he's not gonna do anything until you do.
fair enough. 8 minutes passes, I suppose.
And you just sit there with your fingers in his neck.
I guess does his
I guess
This
he
is-
likes it.
So eventually he's like, we're gonna do this or not?
charm person is no longer holding him hostage. So yeah,
Now he's just
He
confused.
was like, I see.
As he grabs your arms.
I wouldn't do that. My nails poking into the skin of his neck.
Okay.
uh-huh. All right.
Oh no.
So here's how this goes. You either allow me to tie you up, and we continue the rest of this hour-long journey peacefully, or we continue this hour-long journey with a dead captain's, or with me sitting in a room with a dead captain.
Can you roll intimidate?
Good.
It's not great. She is very protective of her.
That does not make him good.
Also, the docs of everyone can see the roll.
Yes, that
We
is
can't
a
because-
7.
Angles. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's gonna beat that, but I guess this is one time where rolling comes in handy.
Do you want a message? Question mark?
You want to not?
Probably should have thought of that.
Did he fail?
Did he fail?
That would have made this easier.
Can still do
So
it.
what did you say?
There's one of two ways this can go. One, you can allow me to tie you up, and we can continue the rest of this journey in peace. Or two,
Persuasion.
I can spend the rest of this journey in a room with a dead captain.
It's my
Where's the
magical
rope?
artifact.
Where's the rope?
I'm assuming there is some
Where's my
form
base
of
spell?
rope
Get it.
in this cabin somewhere.
Yes.
Where did I put
You
my-
put it in
Then I will nod in that direction. Is it next to the gun? Okay,
It would be hanging on the wall. Oh,
that is acceptable.
no. You're the one
MS
who
gives me a
said you're
plus
going to
3
tie him up.
towards my base
I
spell
did
check.
say that.
So,
I will nod to the rope. And does he seem to be opposed to this idea?
no.
All right,
Not for it.
Not,
Does he like
not like
me?
that
I know.
anymore.
He's not.
I could have
He's
went
not
that,
in the
but
mood
I decided
anymore.
not to.
He's
He's
not in the mood anymore.
So
She could make him like it.
I will
gosh.
take
Fair enough.
my claws and hold it like against his throat as I like kind of stand up with him if he stands up with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of walk him over to the wall with the rope.
Yep.
And I
Sounds
grab
about
it
right.
and I hand him the rope. Tie yourself up.
Yes, he ties himself up.
Does he seem to be doing a good job of it?
He's a sailor.
I know that, but he could choose to not.
He could choose to make it look good, and it not be good,
Yes.
and it not be good
Well,
enough.
And
You
you
have-
not
you have,
understand because you
um,
have a.
Does it look tight?
It does look tight.
Okay. I will give it. I will tug on a few parts of it to make sure it
That's
doesn't
good.
come loose, and then I will tell him to go stand against a back wall, away from one of the guns,
He goes back and stands.
and then I will go and I will sit on top of the desk.
I thought you were going to sit on top of him.
No,
She's
I'm
not
not
like
like that
that
right now.
She's not trying to do that now.
All right, and that is how I plan to spend the next hour, unless he plans to spend it another way, which I can roll perception if you want me to try and figure out what's going on. But
No, I don't think he's in the mood for the other way. So.
well, that's not what. Okay, fair enough. Turnabout's here.
Oh my god.
So what would you guys like to do?
I don't know what's going on.
No, you're still. You were still. You've
still
been here
raw
the
and-
entire time. No one's told you
Dark
anything.
and dark and brooding.
And I will continue to not tell him anything.
I guess I probably should have told you that we were on the correct
At
course.
least being aware of the situation.
Devassery, have you mentioned anything to anyone?
No.
I have I've gone down deck just to
Have you
make
mentioned anything
Because
to
that was my
anyone?
intention, is that she would tell people.
Not
what's
what you're
going on.
doing.
I mean okay. I will actually go over to your guys' quarters.
Whose quarters?
Jaren's.
The actual
I'm
Grace.
serious. Please stop.
Cool.
The actual what?
It's not funny.
I get
It's
that.
annoying.
So.
Dark and brooding.
And Jaren's quarters and saying, we have had a mild amount of complications, though it seems the captain is being taken care of already.
What?
Just
Would you like to explain?
No, I would not like to explain how the captain is being taken care of.
You will explain.
Please
Why?
don't make
No, no,
me.
not that. Why?
He is being taken care
Well,
Um,
of. I don't know. John's old enough for that.
we have been sailing in circles.
Jaren?
For a
yes,
while.
I am.
Devassery has the talk with Charm.
Oh, God.
Well, Jaren.
No, we're not even going to make the joke.
We don't need
That's as
to.
far as my joke was going.
We don't need to.
So, the captain has been attempting to sail us in circles and get, I'm pretty sure, some sort of ransom fee out of your father.
Ow. My father.
Philip and his posse have it taken care of, and we are on the correct course now. And we will be.
I think we can take care of it.
No. Please.
I will be telling my father.
That is entirely fair, but please let them continue to take care of this.
He should be dead.
But do please also take precautions to if we start going in circles again. If I would stay here with you until the time comes whenever the this voyage has concluded.
It's fine. Go back.
There's not many better places on the ship for me right now.
Apparently, you set something down.
It's just the book. Just
That was more aggressive.
He's
Oh, that was better. That was better than the.
Yeah.
this is why we should take our own boats. That's why we get our own boats.
Navies are very expensive.
Yes, and
Especially
you
for
still
an
need
island
captains.
city.
You also still need captains for them, so.
And you still only pay them. So it's not like they're loyal to you or anything. They're about as loyal as far as the money goes. Unless you find, like a morally good person as captain.
So, what would you like to do?
I abuse
For an
the powers
hour.
of this captain.
I am
You
just
amuse
waiting
yourself.
in the cabin.
It's
with-
arguable he had. It's
Jaren.
arguable he had meant to be.
Philip, would you like to do anything for an hour since no one has told
Well,
you anything?
If everything seems to be going right,
You aren't going to interrupt us, are you?
Yeah. So an hour passes. You have reached the port in Fernsworth.
Wow.
I'm not gonna
I
say
will.
the joke. You know
Yeah,
the
I'm going to
joke.
untie the
You understand
captain
the
and
joke.
I'll say, pleasure doing business with you. And I'm going to.
As the door opens and you walk out,
Hello,
you see
anyone
there are about
watching.
5 different sailors just standing, sitting on barrels in
the
front of the door,
caliber
and
of
they're
jokes
just-
we're gonna have.
And you walk out, and they're like,
Hey,
I hope
boys.
you're okay. They look inside. I think I have to say there's like
Rope on the floor next to him.
so part of them start. They're like, "Good job, man. Good job, Captain." It's like, what? Do you? He just goes over and closes the door.
He's embarrassed about it.
Fair enough.
I wonder why.
Well, that was a pleasant
Yes,
trip.
this is the caliber of
Come,
jokes.
we should leave now.
That was a pleasant trip.
That's one
Is
way
that
of
what
putting
you
it.
would call it? Have we reached the port?
Who's this?
I said we did. Okay. How
Oh,
far away
this
is
is the
Norwich?
Crow.
How far away is Norwich?
Yeah, as we're walking across the
Far enough
gangplank-
for a random encounter? Good.
Far enough for some.
as we're walking up the gangplank. Gangplank, right?
6, 12
Gang,
hours.
gang. Plant gang.
6 hours?
No.
Plank gang.
3 hours. No, like 30 minutes.
Oh. You don't know. You don't understand scale, do you?
Gang.
This is 12 hours.
Then why is that only 30 minutes?
Because that's only like
Speed.
2/3 of that. So this is not 30 minutes. This is 30 minutes.
That's what I'm talking
This
Whatever. Who cares?
about.
12 hours.
Then I can see
Right. Okay.
Norwich from where I am.
As we're walking up the gangplank, I will call back to the first mate.
Mate number 1. Matey. Not like that.
What was the name of your captain again?
You can go ask him.
Just tell me.
Does the ship have a name?
It does now.
Okay. Can I read the ship's name?
Once I find it, I will know.
This is a simpler way of getting what you want.
He's not wanting the ship's name. He's wanting the captain's name.
I don't think the name is actually what he's after.
What is
Retribution.
No, I know, but he still needs the name.
I'm getting it.
No,
I do not have one.
captain and ship are the same thing.
No.
You know the name of the ship. You know the
Wow,
name of the captain.
I didn't know Picard and Kirk are both captains at the same time.
No, they aren't, but they're both the same
And they are
person.
not the same.
The
They
foil.
are both just the Enterprise.
I'm
Yes.
saying that
They are
whoever
both
is the
Enterprise.
captain of the ship, both of those names will be kept on file or in log, or at least people will know who the captain of this ship is.
Redfield.
If you know the name of the
Chris?
ship, you most likely know the name of the captain.
Chris
or who
Redfield?
captains
It is the foil.
Foil? The foil?
Captain Redfield of the foil.
Captain
Yes.
Chris.
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 So as you're asking
Chris Redfield.
about the name of the captain, I say, I'm sure that he'll be called by Captain of the Foil.
Yes, that he will.
Oh,
That
he
will.
definitely foiled.
Anyway, Philip is going to, as quick as he can, just go to the
Land.
well, yes, land, but presumably whoever is in charge of ports here.
No port.
Where are we?
A
I don't
port?
know.
A
I
port?
thought you said they didn't have ports. Oh, we went to a different port because they didn't have
Yes.
one.
Yeah, we went to a port city.
Yes, that makes more
That's why
sense.
it's far enough to have a random
And,
car.
Yeah, I will let them know exactly what has just happened.
At the port?
You role play
Yes.
this. Role play.
Okay.
Fair enough, I guess.
I would like you to roll knowledge local.
I thought you were gonna say I'd like to role play. Why are you
22.
laughing?
Okay, you do find the port master
It's funny.
I'm following him
because
because
has this
I've been
basically
told
this
the captain
booth
made mistakes.
that people go to register ships coming in, ships going out.
Yes.
What can I do you for?
Hello, I am Philip Duran, Marquis of Eastbourne. Yes, I'd like to report an incident aboard the Foil.
Does he recognize me?
No.
Why?
Because you've never been here
You're in
before.
Burnsworth.
How did we? Oh, wait, no.
You probably left from this port.
Exactly.
Probably
left
left as if
from
there's
here.
one portmaster working at all
Oh, yeah,
times.
that's fair, that's fair.
And the fact you probably didn't even see him. Probably just walked to your ship.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Where's
probably
that
never
from?
encountered
Yes.
this.
I'm Marquis
Oh,
Philip of
there.
Eastbourne,
Give
and
me-
I would like to report an incident aboard
Doesn't
the Foil.
Eastbourne have its own port?
Indeed, there are reasons of which why I did not go to my home city, but reasons I cannot currently explain. However, the
It's also an
incident
Eastbourne
in
ship.
question is
Right,
that we
Eastbourne.
were taken captive by the captain of the Foil,
I can confirm.
and presumably were going to be held for ransom.
Thus our 3-hour late arrival time, which I'm sure was not any help to your books.
No, it wasn't.
I greatly apologize.
And what do you want me to do?
A
Did it happen in the port?
It's one of your ships.
No, it's not.
It's not.
We do not own it. We own like
There-
at minimum
there are
third of these ships.
there are still naval laws. You can't just go around capturing people and get away with it. So long as it's within port, it's under your jurisdiction as a city.
I ask again, did it happen in the port?
You
You did
God.
not answer that
you
question.
can't
Going
be
to
serious.
No help to us.
Are you going to answer my question?
No, it didn't happen in port.
Thank you.
Then it's not his problem.
What's the name? Great Captain?
Captain of the Foil. He wouldn't give us his name.
He definitely foiled.
That does not help at all. The Foil's had has had 3 different captains.
And who's
His-
the most recent
Its
one?
current one?
And if it's not Redfield, then your log should be updated.
Did we get Redfield from someone? Did we get that name from someone?
Patrick said it.
Yeah, but I don't think our characters got it.
Why'd you say it, Patrick?
First mate said it.
Oh,
because
okay.
you bugged him.
Fair
Because
enough.
you bugged him.
So we do have that. Okay.
That's yeah. I thought so.
Okay. And he took you hostage, but you still got to port. How's that?
Well,
A bit of,
From what I've heard, they handled.
he's very bad at it.
there was some
think
persuasion
so,
that
sir.
happened. We worked out a deal.
Was anyone hurt?
I wish.
Looks
No.
looks at the noble's missing hand.
No.
No, none of us were hurt.
Was any valuable stolen?
No.
What do you want me to do then?
Does he not understand?
No one was hurt. There's no evidence of this, and nothing was stolen. I can't do anything.
Surely multiple witnesses of this account
And
would qualify as evidence.
nobility at that.
You have done nothing to gain my respect just by being a royal, and you're not even from here. So, and also, I have no evidence that you are royals, besides your fancy clothes.
I will present the crest of Eastbourne to him.
Do I have a crest of Norwich?
Yes. Thank you. Who writes that down?
Marquis of Eastbourne?
Yes.
There's still,
Duke.
even though
Baron of Norwich.
it happened, as you say, no one was hurt, nothing was stolen. Technically, there is nothing I can do.
Right. Well, just because somebody attempted murder, they still get punished for it. Right? Or can they just walk away free because nobody was hurt or
Hey, look.
killed?
If you attempt murder,
it's
at least someone's getting hurt.
It's fine.
Not necessarily.
Whether them or you.
You could completely
I'm
fail.
sorry for bothering you.
If I tried to shoot somebody with a bow and arrow and miss,
I'm dragging him
I've
away.
still attempted murder, but they
Well,
weren't
see-
harmed.
Or CMB.
You mean my 2?
Nope.
Oh.
Natural 1. You put your hand on his shoulder, he just shrugs it off.
Off of me. The point stands. It was still an attempted capturing and
We don't need this trouble.
holding.
You please.
We can't just let the foil keep on
We can handle
kidnapping nobility.
I have a plan. And bothering this poor little man won't help anything.
Baron of Norwich, right?
Yes.
I probably have more money than you.
Okay.
What about the Marquis of Eastbourne? And my father, the Lord of Eastbourne.
So we're in a pissing contest. That's fun.
You're not going to put a fourth master?
Unless you're either Lord or Lady of Fernsworth.
Right. Well, then here is my father, Firenel of Eastbourne.
And he's like, Lord of Eastbourne. That is me. What they say is the truth.
This man's not time.
He writes something down. We'll deal with it. Is there anything else?
No.
No.
You're holding up the line.
So I suppose we move on, huh?
Right.
That was productive.
Are people normally like this?
At least look.
No, admittedly,
Yay.
some people do not care more about what is done and as much as they do about doing what they have to get their job done. What we told him didn't inconvenience him in any way, so he did not feel obligated to do anything about it. And to be fair, he's not law enforcement.
Right. Well, there still are systems in place.
Certainly.
And while we may not necessarily inconvenience him with this information, we're still nobles and can have great influence.
Certainly. However, I believe that most noble influence does not happen through a direct chain of command. So people of lesser standing are less likely to be astonished by the title. Usually it's done through a chain of effect from the top to the bottom.
Right.
Which, of course, I more than expect we can get done once we get to our location. At that point, I'm certain that, what's your family name again?
Urzexu.
The Exexus will be equally as put off by this experience and be in a place where their reach is much more wide-stretched.
Right. It just seems I don't know. It's between yesterday and today. I was presumably going to be hunted down for the blood in my veins, and then I was being held captive for ransom from one day to the next, and it just seems that nobody wants to do anything about it.
Yeah, it seems as though you're playing the part of noble well.
Right, but I thought people at least listened to nobility.
Not in the Commonsworth.
Well, we have...
Yes.
Right, well, we don't have any power here, you are correct. But in Eastbourne, it is different. And this is not Eastbourne.
And once we're back in Eastbourne, we can get what justice is truly deserved. But until
I wish
then,
it was that easy, but we can't just overstep our jurisdiction like that.
well, you heard the man. He's not exactly part of that city. He's a man of the sea. So I believe your jurisdiction is just as great as his in that area.
Only if he was in one of our ports, which... Is Eastbourne technically a port city? It seems just slightly further inland. Right.
Close enough.
Oh, okay.
To both sides, there will be a port on both sides.
Okay.
Eastbourne.
And even if they aren't in one of our ports, we can discuss with the other nobles how we were treated and essentially get this man cut off from all of his potential business.
Are we talking about the captain or the
The
port
captain,
master?
of
Okay.
course.
Yes. Oh, I mean, he should be arrested.
Certainly. And maybe he will
That-
be if he lands in a port.
That will have to wait.
Agreed.
All right. Well. So how are we heading to Norwich?
So it's
I
30
am
minutes-
tired.
Is it 30 minutes riding? Or is it 30 minutes walking?
I'm
Right.
going to go find a
How
tavern.
long would it take walking?
To be fair, we might have a carriage
Probably
or
not.
something.
We probably have a carriage. We probably have a carriage.
That was Ryan speaking.
Okay.
Would you?
I don't know,
Sir,
why
how
wouldn't
were they
they?
planning on getting home the first time?
How did they get to Fernsworth to begin with?
A carriage.
Right, and assumably when they got back, they would have had.
A carriage fit for 4 people.
Roughly. Not.
Fine.
But Farendale doesn't know this. He has not been told any of this. No one has besides them.
As I take him to the carriage.
Waiting for you.
One of you will have to sit in the front. With the rider.
We have 4 nobles, 2 servants
Yes.
That's why.
There's room for 4 people.
inside.
So two
So
of
the
you
servants will be sitting in the front.
with the driver.
Or attached to the wheels.
No. Spin.
Better yet, just riding the horse.
I'm happy.
I'm very happy.
No, that's worse.
Fun. No.
The absurdity of
Yeah.
someone riding a horse being
So-
drawn by a carriage is
What? The 4 nobles enter into the carriage as if you head up to the rider, and Vesser, you would recognize the rider as Brune, who is
Hey, guy friend.
He's a
Levi,
man with a
you
broom.
see a person who looks like the human version of a weasel.
oh good.
So he looks like Peter Pettigrew. He looks like Peter Pettigrew,
Great. Fantastic. Love that.
yeah.
and he's just sitting there. My name is Stump, slightly hunched over.
So Peter Pettigrew.
Am I supposed to start?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Sorry, sir. I was supposed to
Good boy.
tell you something. What was it? You're supposed to be in private. Now, let's go.
What is it you were supposed to tell us?
Not you. Him.
Right, but what is it you were supposed to tell them?
It's for him.
Certainly you should tell him before he gets to his destination.
Right. Brune. Yes, there's something. Should I wait or should I go now? Or are we...
I don't know. Step out of the carriage. What is it? As I step out and pretty much take him a little bit away.
Starts riding the carriage back.
No.
So
What is it?
my snake is gonna try and listen.
Okay.
Do I roll for that?
Yeah. You use roll stealth.
Okay. Think. Let me look at my snake snap
No.
stats.
I didn't.
What does Brune get?
But he has very high because he's a snake.
I promise you, you probably succeeded. You don't succeed.
Okay, what did it get?
I'm looking up the stats to be
Okay.
certain.
It
For what?
does not matter what it got for me. What'd you get in that one? No.
Good old Sarah.
5.
Still didn't matter.
Exactly.
That would be a 26.
I don't have perform.
Okay.
I don't have.
What's your perception, Aaron?
My what?
Perception.
3.
Wow. He's level 1 in his perception.
Because I put no ranks. I put 2 ranks in it.
No.
Mhm.
Broom is a level 1 rogue, and he has a perception of
I also
3.
get a +2 to perception. So, and I have a
Oof.
-1.
That's unfortunate for Rune.
For
Broom.
Sure.
He's not a very
Proficient
he's
rogue.
Peter Pettigrew.
He's not the kind of rogue that you would expect.
Fair enough.
Burglary. He's a
So I can assume
Yeah.
that my snake is unnoticed.
So your father wanted me to tell you that first he wanted me to ask how'd the meeting with the king go?
We'll speak in person.
Literally couldn't have gone worse.
I'll tell
The
him.
king is dead.
I will tell him in person.
Like he
This is
experienced the worst case scenario.
Well, that complicates things.
Why?
Those are the Durans, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That also complicates things. What was I going to say? Right. So, you know the amulet we got?
Yes.
Yeah. So your dad's trying to unlock it, and
Worked or it didn't work?
well, you know the younger guy. What's his name? I don't pay attention to other royals.
Philip.
Yeah, him. We need him to open it.
Why?
Because it's only for people related to her. And yeah, that's the problem. That's what he wanted me to tell you before we got there. So that we could try and get him, and he's already there.
They were coming.
No. He wanted me to tell you so that we could go get them, but they're coming anyway. So why am I telling you this?
I don't know.
Uh,
Why are you telling me this?
Because I was told to tell you this.
Fine. Okay.
All right.
Preemptive.
We'll
Nope,
take
that was a
them
will
to
save.
the
Versus
courtyard.
That's where we were taking
And
him
then
anyway.
you will tell my father to prepare for that. Not for that.
I rolled a 2 on both of those.
That's unfortunate.
What?
It is.
This.
Oh,
Do you understand?
that. Yeah. He was yeah. Okay. 1 second. He pulls out he pulls out an amulet out of his shirt and whispers something into it. Okay, he's ready. He knows.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna go back in the carriage.
Don't
Not
forget.
in the carriage.
Don't forget my mother.
He'll tell her.
As I step back,
And
into the
he
carriage.
walks back into the carriage, and Varun walks back onto the.
I'm going to message Philip. Do this and message Philip. We need to talk.
Sorry,
And
So sorry
just
about
in a
that.
brooding manner, I'm just gonna be like,
I'm so sorry about that.
and mouth about what?
Durant, Mr. Durant. Mr. Durant.
Just give me a
Lord
moment.
Durant, just married.
Give me a moment. I
Brother, he seems to be collecting his thoughts.
What about?
About another kidnapping.
Are you suggesting we've been kidnapped again?
Are you covering your mouth?
Yes.
Just
Philip.
That was
just
a
doing
question
this.
that I
Though Connor. Okay.
Yes.
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 I'm going.
As you see,
Hey, no, you know
you
what's funny?
see,
I'm gonna do this.
you see Philip's whole body just
Tense. You doing okay, Philip?
Something wrong.
You look a little
I'm
tense.
doing just fine.
Don't even roll. You're not gonna succeed that.
You were.
That is a minus.
You intentionally failed.
That's
that
a
one.
-20 to that roll.
What's wrong?
Just the last 2 days have been remarkably stressful.
You'll
I
see.
get that. I get that.
Fine.
But
You'll be. What's you?
are you
you'll see.
okay?
Yes, I'm safe now.
Brother, what are they talking about?
Well, the king is dead. My father lost his hand and we were held for ransom earlier today. That's what we're talking about, Kiana. So, if you would
She
just...
had no idea she was held for ransom.
No, he didn't. What? What? We were what?
The whole ship...
Got him.
I didn't know that. I was in my
No,
quarters
you didn't
the
say
whole
that.
time.
You said they were handling it.
They were
That's all you
handling
said.
it.
No,
That was
they
the
all would
previous
have heard about this when I was reporting. At least you would have.
You think Kiana? Oh yeah, that's true.
That's
To you.
Kiana, however,
No, she has no idea.
Right.
No
Well,
idea.
long story short, we were being held for ransom on that ship, and luckily we escaped.
Bro,
due to
why are we
various
not moving?
circumstances.
You want-
Regardless,
moving.
if you would
Okay.
just give me
I
one
just assumed that
blessed
he was
moment
not
of
moving.
peace to think about this, I would greatly appreciate it. Who are we being kidnapped by?
They have your mother's locket. Beer's exes. They need you to open it.
Philip is squirming now. He's just like,
Something
To everyone else, it looks like you're having a little temper tantrum about the last 2 days.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to be cocking an eyebrow at you, Brian.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking directly at you while I'm doing this, but my mouth is covered.
Yeah, just
I'm mildly shocked and curious.
Kiana is just staring at Philip the entire time. Just is something wrong as I look to what's his father's name?
Firendel?
Is something wrong with him?
That's
He's
the
under a
irony,
lot of
yeah.
stress. I understand. He is stressed. I completely understand that.
See here, I thought his father was going to make fun of him.
Philip just very tightly wraps his hand around the hilt of his rapier,
And just,
which is across
As they're
his lap.
talking, Kiana is just
Just like, this day could not get any worse.
you should never say that. You never say that. I can think of at least 3 ways it could get worse.
Kiana, you're making it worse. See, she's right.
Philip is going to take that as he is fully aware of what is happening with his mother's.
He can take it as
What?
such.
yeah.
His rapier emerges from his sheath by about an inch.
Farendale puts his hand on your hand.
Philip, calm down.
Yes!
Calm
Father.
down. Everything is going to be all right.
Philip
Take a
will
deep breath.
again just please relay this information to my father so that he understands what is happening in here.
If he starts freaking out, it will look much more suspicious.
Father, just I know sometimes you hear voices. Don't try to quiet them.
What?
Hey, sorry, it's Leilani.
He like leans against him. He's like, "What?"
Long story short, there is a medium to high possibility that they're being kidnapped and that the Exexus have your wife's locket. Please don't freak out, or everyone in the room will
Like him.
And now Philip
He's trying not to freak out.
Sister,
Yes.
you wouldn't have happened to get significantly less observant in the past few years, have you?
Are you just saying this out loud?
Yeah.
We're just sitting there like, I'm a dick.
Because you would have to sit on this side, she would have to sit on that side.
Because there are some tremendously pretty flowers on the road that we just passed by.
I was already looking at them, actually.
I'm glad to see that your senses have not dulled.
My God.
I say already looking that direction.
Is this like some sort of sibling rivalry going on? I don't know what's going. I don't know.
I just really love flowers, Mr. Rune.
It's,
They are quite
Brune.
pretty this time of year.
Oh, my
I know.
apologies.
My apologies. I have a 6 in intelligence. I'm not gonna remember this.
What did you say?
He said it's Brune.
Is burnout.
It's Brune.
My apologies.
I'm not gonna remember.
This man is currently thinking, "Oh my god, a woman just called me Mister."
Oh my gosh.
I don't need another one of these.
start-
He's just like,
He's down bad.
Timmy. He's just like, "Oh my gosh, someone called me sir."
Fair enough.
Oh, Timmy. And you see your dad's just.
All right. Yeah. I don't think Ileana stops staring at Durosophy for the rest of the ride.
I'm
It's
going
gonna be
to
a very
I'm going to
uncomfortable
message
ride for
Leilani.
everyone.
The heck is
Yeah,
this
that's
about?
right.
Not you. Her. The heck is this about?
That's a very good question, and I'm not
he takes
sure.
his head off of your hand. That was holding the sword, and he's like,
It's a good question. I'm not sure I should tell you.
Lady
appears to be the
Kiana and
problem?
Baron Orsexu.
I'm
What appears to be
sorry
the
for
problem?
anything they have done.
We've never really done business in the past, have we?
Not that I'm aware of. No. That would be my father.
Right. And so you've never
Obviously,
found...
he's met my
Right. So you've never really found yourself in our dealings, have you?
father. No. Why?
I'm rolling sense motive to see if I can, if he is aware of.
"So let him roll."
Yeah. Oh, that's a 3. So
You don't know.
can't tell. Right. Just wondering. I've heard rumors here and there that. I don't know. Maybe. I thought maybe you might know something more.
Like.
I don't know.
Where's this coming from?
It's just rumors I've heard. What about you, Kiana? Have you heard anything?
About what?
Is there anything in there?
Are you at all aware, or do you know of any business Eastbourne and Norwich have had together?
I would not. That's.
It's a 17.
She's lying to you.
Right.
I wouldn't be. Is
You're an,
everything okay, Philip?
you're an oracle, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm now going to message you as I have been listening in on this a little bit. If we wanted to stop this, we should do it now, because currently we outnumber and outmatch them.
Give me a moment. So, Kiana, as far
we all
as
just calm down and talk about
I'm
this.
perfectly calm.
That is what someone says who is not calm.
He isn't calm now. So, Kiana, from what I know about oracles, which granted isn't very much, at some point in your life you have a so-called awakening, correct? To your magical abilities. Yeah. You don't mind my asking when this was? As far as I can tell, it's
Young.
how young?
You don't have to answer.
I would like you to roll diplomacy
You don't have
at
to answer.
disadvantage, unless he rolls a natural one.
13.
Young.
I'm going to hex Philip with Fortunate.
Right, well, as much as I'm
How
not,
far away are we?
as much as I'm not a fan
know
of this
you're scared.
geography and
Right.
would much rather wait until we get to our destination,
How-
I need to
how
take
long
a
is it
piss.
advanced?
So if we can stop this, I'll be right back.
Minutes, roughly.
And Philip will hop out of the
As
carriage.
it keeps moving,
I'm
and then
going
it stops as soon as you do. Hey, whoa, whoa! What's going on back there?
Sorry, I'm
Someone
just
slept.
right.
What
You
appears to
should
be
get
the
back in the
problem?
carriage.
We can't
No.
work this out if you don't talk and explain.
Why not?
I'm going to reach over and just kind of lay my hand on his leg.
Why my leg?
Not
His
yours.
leg.
Oh.
Like, not yet.
Burns.
I was like, you wouldn't. First of all, you have to kneel to do that, so that's.
Yeah. Yeah, he's stunned for 4 rounds.
Dazzled.
anything.
Dazed.
I'm going to look at.
What?
To be fair, this is to give you context
That's
of
better.
role playing. What happens with the dazzling touch? It is basically a girl just touched me, but it
Yeah,
happens
you
to a lot
just-
of people.
Tibby.
And then I look to you to do whatever you're planning on doing.
Right. So,
And I
if
can't.
you want to talk about this, let's talk about it out here.
I step out of the carriage.
Question.
Father, care to join us?
I would actually. Noticing how peeved he is, does a 24 intelligence check tell you that it has something to do with this amulet connected to them?
Oh, you don't know it's connected to them.
It had some. I'm guessing it had some sort of crest.
What amulet?
The
Oh,
amulet.
yeah, the previous. Yes, you could guess. Make an educated guess. Yes.
I'm going to continue looking away from people, and I'm going to message Leilani. Well, crap.
Whose side are you on, sister?
There is no side here.
There might be very
I don't
soon.
think
That was
there
my
is.
question. My question is, whose side are you on, sister? And that was my reply to your message.
So that's the trinket I found in the forest.
No, that wasn't in the forest.
It wasn't the forest. We got it from Brune.
No.
We got it.
Rune.
Brune got it. Oh, I thought we got it. Ooh.
No, Rune gave it to us.
Where
He was
did-
like, I don't know what this is, and I gave
Did he
him
say
it.
where he got it from?
I think he got it from. Where did he get it? A grave. Oh, you freaking idiot! What's wrong with you?
Carriage driver by day, grave robber by night.
Yes.
I
What
looked to see
grave?
that
He was
What grave,
supposed to
Brune?
be an
You better
unusual
ask him.
road.
He didn't tell you that. He's literally just, what grave, Brune? What?
Right.
Whose name was on the? What was her name?
Right.
Can
so,
I suggest?
What's in the box?
No, that's probably not.
yeah. So when we all get out of the carriage, Philip.
Are we all
will-
getting out of the carriage?
Out of the carriage.
She's staying in. What about you?
I already stepped out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Philip will draw his
Like
rapier and be like, "Forgive me, I haven't cleaned my rapier in a moment's time." And so he takes out his cloth and just starts.
Are you threatening?
No, not at all. But it's recently come. He's not.
No. This is a. I got a -1. It's a personal mental check. What did you get?
4.
I don't know. You surely think he is.
No, I'm not threatening you at all.
Have I done something to you?
Quite possibly. It's come to my attention that the Azexu family has found
He's-
itself within the possession of something that belongs to.
I'm gonna borrow that amulet around Rune's neck.
He doesn't have the amulet. No, he has a different amulet on him.
Yeah, I'm gonna borrow that one.
He's just.
Don't mind me, just.
The Azexu family has come into the possession of something that belongs to my mother, who is dead.
What?
It has been dead for a long time.
He cannot respond.
No, he
Are you gonna
can't.
tell me he can't respond? Because I don't know he can't.
To be
respond.
fair, no one but me knows he can't respond.
Exactly.
It's
He
only
looks
lasting
pretty dang
16
flustered.
seconds.
I've seen you do this
Yes.
to people.
More than 16 seconds have passed by
Granted,
now.
I think it should have worn off
So
by
he
now.
would.
Yes.
It would have worn off by now.
I think it should
Yes, that is It has worn off. It has worn off. This is not a spell.
Oh,
So-
it just
How's
feels
the
affecting
room
him. all.
going?
Please.
Yes, sir.
Get over here.
Okay.
Get over here.
He hobbles off.
Kiana,
Yes.
Please tell me what name was on that grave that you stole that amulet from.
Materia.
What was the last name?
Rams.
You fucking idiot! What is wrong with you?
I was only doing what your father told me to.
And what's wrong with him?
I don't know.
Oh,
Excuse me.
I see.
I have no idea.
If your father first died, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Right.
I'm dead.
Kiana,
I'm dead. She's still in the carriage.
please come out here.
I get that, sister.
Did you know, Kiana,
I do not want to be within earshot.
Not this. Then what did you know?
I know that our families have had dealings
what
before.
kind of spells you fascinate yourself.
What kind of
with.
dealings?
Not that kind.
Well, maybe not the Durans.
Exactly why I don't
But-
want to be here right
Your
now.
mothers, yes.
Ah,
I trust
What
you.
is his mother's family?
Thank you.
that's no concern of yours.
I'm going to walk.
Well, it is now.
I'm going to walk out
No,
of earshot of
it's
this.
not.
It involves my family.
No, you trespassed on my family.
I did nothing.
You get to know nothing about my mother.
I did.
That was all my father. And Bruin is just like walking around. I'm dead.
Bruin
I'm
was
dead. I'm
fine.
dead. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me.
Bruin, shut up.
Mm.
Bruin is not a cow, is he?
Philip is going to just stride over to him, grab him by the shoulders. Pull yourself together!
That's going to make it worse. At advantage. Nah, that's gonna make it worse.
It'll do something.
26.
And he just runs off. He'll be back.
I'm guessing that's the same direction I walked off into.
It
is a direction.
He just ran.
Right.
He runs past you.
At this point, Philip puts his cleaning cloth back, but his rapier is still out.
I
still
did
running.
nothing to your family.
As far as I know, you are lying to me. Because
I'm going
it's
to
the
run
Ozexus who have stolen my mother's amulet. I don't know how much you or Kiana knows of this, so I must assume the
15.
worst.
Yes, I am now going to go and stand
He's
over by
faster
you
than you.
I
because
did
my
nothing.
problems are done.
That is all my father.
I get that.
Right, Father. Do you know of Mother's history with the Ozexus?
I do not.
I didn't think you would. Well,
I'm going to message
What is
him.
that music? Who?
I'm going to message Bruin trying to
Oh,
calm him down
coming
a
here?
little bit.
it's always been coming from you?
How long has it been coming from there?
The entire time.
I've not heard it.
That's kind of been the point. Supposed to be quiet.
Okay, good. No thinking. Thinking. Skyrim's music is copyright is pretty.
He's trying to make it quiet enough so that it can't be heard from the
well,
Yeah.
mics.
no, just in general, all of the Bethesda games have made their music.
Fair enough.
Oh, it's free reign. I believe so.
Anywho.
Well, we'll find that out later. Royalty free is the correct.
Or not.
That's what free reign.
At least the Fallout one is.
Anywho.
Okay.
Right, so if you are as unaware as you claim, then I suggest that we continue this
You turn it down slightly.
how do I put this slightly? This
I believe your bluntness is equally called for in this situation.
right. I believe we continue this clusterfuck of a day and get to the bottom of this.
I agree.
Importantly,
I'm going to message Devasui, get Broom back here.
Now.
Working on it.
No. I'm not sitting another second in that carriage. I intend to walk the rest of the way.
You don't even know what I'm saying. I'm
You're
correct. messaging.
did you cover up your mouth?
Not at all.
Then I would like to read lip.
I'm not trying to hide
Just
it.
read one of them.
Yes.
half
His
his
top lip.
the head uplift.
You know, the good one.
All right, my
Wait,
turn to
bottom.
message.
That's the bottom.
And I am going to cover my mouth because regardless of what is being said, you don't get to know. Yeah, I will message you. You better not be coming back.
I am currently trying to console this poor soul.
Wonderful.
As you have caught up to Bruin, who is sitting up against a tree, just.
I'm going to essentially talk calmingly and trying to give him soothing words, and I'm going to roll diplomacy to try and calm him down. That is a 28.
What do you say?
I get that a job. I get that I get that this situation has gotten you panicked, and that the Exexus in and of themselves, that the Exexus, if they are unpleased, are a terrifying thing. But I promise you, you will be fine. There are people here who will curb their wrath, at least mildly, and I assure you, you will not die. And I'm just gonna stay with him, telling him soothing words of just it's okay, or something along those lines of
You have not.
will be alive.
You have not experienced the executives like I have.
No, I haven't. But I'm sure you will be alive through this.
That's what they all said.
Did they
And
die?
has he died yet?
They have.
Yeah. He's
Um,
calming.
Unfortunately for them, they did not happen to have high nobility in the care of the Exexus whenever they were at the mercy of them nobility.
Right, so we can assume that you are calming down, yes? Alrighty. So back to this situation.
You want to walk? Fine. Fine. I can't make you get in the carriage.
What business were you planning on attending to at the meeting?
Talking to the king.
About what?
Kiana.
Is that it?
Why?
I was supposed to marry him.
That's not the only reason, obviously. But that is one. That is the reason she was there. I was there to talk to the king about trading and allyship.
Yes, I know I said allyship.
No, Philip is laughing at
Okay.
Kiana.
But then she said it.
Ah. I see.
But now the king's dead, and I need to explain that. Remember first that you're going to explain that.
Father's not going to ask me to do it. You were technically the one in charge of the trip.
Right.
Right.
We were
Well,
not there for
hold
you.
on. Was there some sort of veiled message in that?
No?
In Kiana?
I don't think so.
Not in charge of the trip?
No.
Okay.
Right. Well, Norwich is still that way.
Right down the road. Just keep walking in that direction.
Philip. Yeah. Walks in that direction.
Starts walking.
At very rapid pace.
Are we sure that
Your
we want to
father is
take
following.
our item to this place knowing the complications that await us?
Well,
We came here originally as it would be safer than going home, correct?
nobody else knows about it.
Yes. But they will.
How?
I'm certain that you didn't. You noticed the change in Kiana, correct?
Yes, she's aware of dealings we've had with my family's dealings. Well, their dealings with my mother, but even my mother wasn't aware of it.
She shouldn't have been. She wasn't told. About the necklace.
No, I don't think she was aware of that.
All I'm saying is she seemed very hostile
I agree.
I'm waiting
But-
till he is perfectly calm before he comes back.
I think a shift in tone was more just reactionary to my own
Not yet.
shift in attitude, rather than anything explicitly sinister.
I don't know.
Either way, we have to find out why.
Yes, but we don't have to be the ones to do it.
I would much rather be the one to do it.
But we are walking into a noble's homeland, completely unprotected. And that noble is possibly our enemy at this point. We don't know.
You're correct. As I begin
But that's
following.
only assuming the worst.
Right, but we should be prepared for the worst. Now we can hope for the best, but
I can't not. I can't not be there. I can't not figure this out.
we could. I'm not asking you to not figure this out. I'm asking you to be careful.
Of course, I'll be careful.
Going in yourself is not careful. Philip, you're not a fighter.
That class says otherwise.
And I'm sorry, as much
You're
as
right. I'm a talker, not a fighter. But
and as much as I can do for you, I can't protect you.
right. Well, you're right. I'm not a fighter. I don't intend to fight going here. I don't intend to be fought either.
And if they do decide,
They
that
must
want-
have a reason for having this. I don't know what significance this amulet holds, but Kiana seemed unaware of it, and everybody else has been unaware of object, save for a select few, and those select few are either dead or completely unrelated to the nobility. I think currently the odds are in our favor. Besides, if what John has said is true, he is truly unaware of the situation. He seems legitimately upset both with the situation and with his sister.
I can imagine
There would be
so.
no reason to feign ignorance now. Now
Maybe.
that we're all aware.
Maybe, but
We're still going to Norwich. So, if this is the case, then I expect if things do go south, we have some protection from Joran.
right. But his father's the one I'm worried about. He's the one who has the amulet and who wants you to open it. Somehow he wants what's in it,
Right, well, I'm very interested to know what's in it.
and I think you should be the one to open it, not him. And he shouldn't use you to do so.
I agree.
And
But
if he
seeing-
decides that whatever's in it is more important than the relations with you, and decides to take you by force, what are you going to do about it?
When
Please.
I'm not in a position of power anymore, I can't go back to Eastbourne. That's where
Keon.
The
That's
carriage
still
went
at the
away,
carriage.
right?
No,
No.
the carriage is still there. Brune hasn't come back to take it.
I can't go back to Eastbourne
Okay,
because
so we rapidly walked away. So
yes.
No, I know.
we were out of earshot. Very
At some point,
quickly of us.
at some point in conversation with Patrick, and I followed.
Should I have had a perception roll?
He's not hiding.
I'm too far away.
Should I?
We've been
not-
wa-
if-
we-
He can't hear you. He's just walking
Oh,
your direction.
That's acceptable as long as he's not overhearing the conversation.
I wouldn't try to anyway.
I can't go back to Eastbourne, and unfortunately, whether I want to or not, and I don't know what cards. This
Why can't we go back to Eastbourne?
because that's the first place they'll come for us.
Right, but maybe it's better to be in Eastbourne where they'll come for us than to go to them ourselves.
Philip. This
Right.
is where we're most defended.
The king wasn't very defended, was he?
The king was fairly well defended.
I'm sure the king.
There were no guards in his conference room.
I am sure there was an inside. It was an inside job.
And can you guarantee there are no insiders in Eastbourne?
I can guarantee it more than the fact that there's no insiders here.
Regardless, I am getting to the bottom of this situation, and I'm doing it myself.
Philip,
I cannot.
I don't know what cards this Lord of Norwich is holding, but unfortunately, I will play into his hand because I have to know what this is about.
I cannot in good conscience allow you to do this. If
No?
I must, I am using my lordly powers in ordering you.
Unfortunately for you, as we saw today, sometimes your lordly rank holds no worth.
But it holds power over you.
You want to make that bet?
Careful, Philip. You don't need more enemies right now.
Must I remind you of how Mother died?
Oh, you.
If you are doing this, then you are doing this without me. I'm going back to Eastmore.
Where he dies.
Shank. That's what NPCs do.
Do so. Leilani, you are correct. But something in me just can't.
Bruin is going back with you to the carriage.
I don't sense. I don't think Norwich is against us. They want something, yes, but everybody always wants something. I think whatever the king was talking about wasn't Norwich. It's true it could be, but I doubt it is.
I don't think it's just Norwich. If it is Norwich, then Norwich is just a small piece of it. But
I don't think they want.
Right.
Your father
all right, how about this?
nods at Leilani and starts walking off by himself.
Take it, Mr. Sir.
So you mean down the road?
What's his name?
Fearendel.
Does he just turn around
Lord
and start walking?
Fearendel. Lord Fearendel, come back for just a moment, please.
I'm not indulging him any longer.
I know, but... And then I'm going to message him just in case. We don't want them knowing you turned back. Try to take a different route than the main road.
I'm not going the main road.
Right,
He's
but make
walking
sure you're
into the
not,
woods.
just make sure you're not
Into the
observed,
woods.
That's probably covered.
please. I know I don't have any authority to order you around.
Agony. I will not be observed.
Stay safe, Mr. Fearendel.
He continues.
All right. I think now that we are not taking all of our cards into this situation, I'm much more obliged to. I feel much better about this. Whatever you want. If you want to play into their hands, then let's go.
I just don't think there's anything sinister about Norwich. They want something. I don't know what. For all I know, it could prove helpful in whatever is to come.
Pass by you.
All right,
Just
then.
walking.
We need all
Yeah,
the help
go
we can
inside.
get, and perhaps
Go
we can
inside
turn the
the carriage.
situation around entirely. We might be able to gain allies
You
here.
be giving a little
I think
faith by
you are correct. There is
Alright.
there is caution to be had, but
as that.
You're
this is-
right, though.
This is also an opportunity that I just can't pass up.
Whether it be-
Eventually, the carriage rides past you and slows down as you're walking.
Yes, I will
With
stop talking
Devassery-
at that point.
Devassery.
I'm going
That's
to
me
attempt
getting
to
on.
outstride the carriage.
No,
Hold.
no.
I mean, you can attempt, it's
There
just
are
not going to
two
work.
Horses. He's not going to let you attempt. You cannot succeed. There is no world where you succeed this.
It's not a roll. He can just
In the
his
world where he
character can move
spontaneously
fast,
gets
but-
cheetah sprint.
Not faster than two horses.
Yeah. He's just jogging, and the horses
Well,
are just.
If you do not get in, the carriage continues. Do you get in?
I do not,
I
unless
would like to talk to them.
We are more or less.
you
Well, then
do.
you get
We're
out.
gonna arrive on our own terms.
That's
The
fair.
vestry exits the carriage
I would-
before it heads
The castle.
leaves. And now Devassery is with you.
I'm willing to support you in this, and I'm sorry about kicking up a fuss.
No, it's fine.
I
The wood of caution is always important and valuable, but and you are correct. I think that yes, I am aware that I'm somewhat being foolish and brash, but I can't.
Sounds like
I just can't.
you wouldn't be you if you weren't being that way.
Yes. Perhaps that's something I'll work on in the future, but not today. And not tomorrow.
Yes, I will give a good hearty laugh at that.
Right, so...
The bus is right there.
Right.
She is. She got out of the carriage for
Yeah.
that last part.
Mhm.
Now, what do you know of this whole situation?
I'm very interested in this as well.
I was in the room whenever the
We were
locket.
outside.
No, I was in the area when the locket was brought.
Right.
Were
Were you aware of the significance this locket held?
All I knew is that it had ties
All I
to
know
you,
is
and
that
that
I
was
failed the role of nobility. I failed knowledge and nobility, so I did not know. Patrick
And-
did make me roll it, though. Yes. I failed. You also failed.
I succeeded the knowledge roll.
Oh, yeah.
Not.
You did. No, the knowledge and nobility.
I did succeed the knowledge nobility roll. I just didn't tell him.
Yes. That is true.
All, although I cannot say why they were searching for it, other than the fact that they seemed to be wanting some sort of magical items, and this locket was definitely magical. I can tell you for a fact that Jaren knew nothing about
Please
it.
stop.
Jaren.
Oh, yeah, that is a legitimate mistake. Your name is Aaron. Your name is spelled Jaren. And yet, it has never been pronounced that way, besides with you.
The only thing Jaren knew of the locket that it was is that it was magical, and that his father was looking for something like it.
And of what was going on at the talks?
At the talks, all I knew was what Jaren knew. Well,
Jaren.
Jaren knew, and he knew more than me. But it was supposed to be talks of peace and hopefully giving them a little bit more influence, rather than the low nobility that they are right now.
I understand.
Well, it seems as none of us hold any cards in this at this table other than Mr. Zuzexu.
Tired ass in his own right.
Indeed.
What can we expect from him?
I can say nothing in his favor.
I see.
But know this, Jaren is a much better person to talk to.
That's saying something. Even I can be friendly to the
Wait, this is
most
what you've been
stickliest of
saying,
sticklers,
you
but
know?
Joran is something else.
I don't know. What
Then
you're
I
saying.
suppose we'll
just know
be
who
on
you
our
are.
best behavior as we approach this estate.
Indeed. In fact, it might be best to feign ignorance entirely. That is one card we have control of. It's our knowledge of the situation.
Yes. Although it's possible that they tell us about this little incident, or that they tell their father about this incident.
It's true.
Although not until they get back, I say, pulling out the amulet.
Right, what's that you got there?
Device used to message the
Lord or
Zexus.
Like, as in the Lord.
Yes. I pulled it off of
Broom.
Brune earlier
No, I should have just let you
when
know.
there was a possibility of
Broom. He did, bro.
possibility of conflict. I didn't want backup being called for.
Ah. See, this gives a that. This may turn out better than you expected. This gives us a way to talk to him with actually being there.
It's true. Although this is a very rude is a light way of putting the way of this contact. Although
They have stolen something from my mother's grave. We are far past manners.
but if you're attempting to get an ally from an unsociable man,
It's true. However, as it stands, the circumstance that he initiated was already negative, but
Leilani suddenly gets a very evil smile.
as it stands, we use this.
Heck,
We're not directly threatened, so to say. We can control our situation without being controlled.
Right. If you wanted to talk to him without him directly associating it with us, there is a way we could get information from him.
This would be a strange image to see.
we are not speaking of your methods, are we?
No, I believe that such crude tactics are unlikely to work on
right now.
such a man.
I was hoping you would believe so.
However, it's possible that if I don't directly speak in his presence, we could
What was it?
It was the wrong address.
we could have
No,
an
we're not
unknown
doxing
party
ourselves.
speak with
That's
him.
what the box is for. Sorry, I mean
Yes.
the docs of
Right.
of the
Sorry, can you say that again? I kind of
zoned out.
was zoned out, yeah.
Yes. It's possible that if I don't speak directly in his presence, that we could have an unknown party speak with him to get information that we wouldn't be able to say, as you say, control our circumstance. And in fact, I honestly wouldn't even directly need this item. This item might prove to be more of a problem for that than anything else, as it would link him to me. But as long as I know where he is and not too far away, I could message him, and he wouldn't know who it was unless he was somehow able to follow my voice. We could get the best of both situations from this.
Right. Yes, I suppose that's the best idea we'll get.
Look at you, also a victim of circumstance.
Right, well, I suppose there's no point in not doing it then.
Yeah, if you need the item, since I do have the ability to talk to him anyway. Here, I say, handing you the amulet.
Right, yes. Alright, well. And as planned, arriving on our own terms. Correct? That is a plan?
Yes, of course.
Alright.
Please be careful.
Right.
You have no idea, but we just discussed that prospect
Indeed,
in depth.
In great depth.
I am
Indeed.
aware that your role is a servant to Joran, but what exactly is the nature of your servitude?
I serve him in any way he needs.
Certainly. And in what light would you view this?
He's asking if you would be likely
You're
to
lucky.
to tell on us.
No, I'm not. I'm just simply asking. Do you think you are in a favorable situation?
You get food.
Do you enjoy being contractually obligated to Joran? As I find that to be an important and key element to any master servant.
I have heard of better situations.
Who's holding the amulet?
I have put it in
Okay.
one of my pouches.
You hear? May I ask who holds this?
It seems our plans have been cut short.
Because it is not Brune.
You are correct. It is not Brune. As I pull it back out. Who might I be speaking to?
Lord Mavrock or Zexu?
I figured as much. Anyway. Right, well.
May I ask why you took it from him?
Oh, I didn't take it from him.
Then why do you have it?
It's a great question. It was given to me.
By whom?
A friend of mine.
Answer the question,
I did.
please.
A friend of mine.
What is their name?
You can go ahead and tell him.
Right. I suppose you're correct. There's no point. I am Marquis Philip Durand of Eastbourne,
Ah.
and I have a good deal of questions for you.
And why do you have Brune's amulet?
Well, as I said, it was given to me by my friend.
I did not ask for the unnecessary details.
Right. Well, I think that's also an unnecessary detail. What is really the topic of discussion is, why do you possess a locket that was stolen from my mother's grave?
Because I asked Brune to get it for me? Or, yes.
Why?
Wow. Bold.
For what purpose?
I needed it.
For what?
Come on, let's talk in person.
This is not the place to do so. I would rather speak in person.
Yes, speaking in person would be better. I agree. However, I think
You are in no position to ask me questions.
No, but I believe I'm entitled to know why my mother's grave was stolen
Yes,
from.
in person.
No. Now.
Then I suppose you won't find out.
Excellent. Well,
Kind.
Why do you wish to know over this amulet?
because then I don't find myself in a situation where I'm surrounded. What is it?
You're always surrounded.
Norwegian military.
You are always surrounded, no matter where you are.
That was perhaps one of the most ridiculous statements I've ever heard. And
Are you sure?
Philip.
remarkably meaningless.
Philip.
Is that what you think?
Only just
Yes.
seeing his comments, I'm just
why
like, no,
wouldn't-
Philip.
By what am I surrounded? Air? Yes, you're correct.
There is danger all around.
Oh, yes. I'm very scared of the field mice over there.
I will tell you in person, if you wish to know.
Right.
If you do not wish to know here in person, then I will assume you
I
do
believe
not
you
wish
also
to know.
require me to open it. Is this correct?
Yes,
Hmm.
unless there are other
So it seems we're at
relatives.
an impasse. You require me, and
I can
require-
find other relatives.
There is my father, who is also...
He is not a relative.
He's not a relative.
I see.
And I do not have him.
No. However,
Father, you're not making this easy.
you could find other relatives. That will be remarkably difficult.
Yes.
However, I am here, and
No, you're not. You're wherever you are.
which is here.
I do not know where that is.
It doesn't change. Oh my!
As you see
For
the
the love
castle.
of gods!
Patrick, as they see the castle coming up over the distance, over the horizon.
Yes.
Horizon.
If you, no, I'm not going to make.
Horizon.
Tell me for what purpose you need this locket, and I will be much more likely.
Is the key to finding what I am looking for.
What are you looking for?
Treasure. That's a good way
What
to say.
treasure?
I suppose you'll find out when you get here.
The
I have
further
no-
this conversation goes
I have
on,
no. There is nothing keeping me from just not talking to you.
right, but I'm your best access to my blood, presumably.
Yes.
So,
I can get it willingly.
is that a threat
If you would
against?
like to take it as such.
He's not helping me.
I suppose that you be quite careful against the Marquis, who is the son of the Lord of Eastbourne, who is next in line for the throne of Kamlisle. And you will do well to remember that.
I believe that would be the king's son.
16. The king's son is missing
This changes nothing.
and presumed dead. Until the king's son is found, my father acts as regent upon the throne.
Kamlisle has no power over us.
No, but it has a military and a navy, along with the combined powers of
From what I've
Eastbourne.
heard, it did such a good job.
Yes.
Interesting.
A lot of good it did then.
If you're talking about the king's situation, unfortunately, there was no military to be found when he was murdered. It was an inside.
he was murdered? I didn't know that.
It was an inside job. Regardless, the resources and assets are still there.
I thought
So-
the king was killed.
If you would like to make an enemy of Eastbourne and acting regent on the throne, please, by all means, go ahead. Or, if you would like to avoid all of that trouble, you could simply tell me what treasure you're looking for. It's the easiest choice to make.
I will know the treasure when I find it.
Good.
I merely know it is treasure. And it is magic. It has items of power. I do not know where, nor do I know what they are.
From
But I do know
whom
they
did you
exist.
hear of it?
The legends, the stories, the gods. No one specific, if that is what you're wanting.
You're listening to fairy tales?
Are the
are
gods fairy tales?
You said legends, stories, the gods. Have the gods been in direct contact with you?
Maybe. Perhaps they are.
Fucking hell.
You are in no position to ask me questions, nor am I in any position to give you answers. I'm merely telling you out of the goodness of my heart.
What goodness.
Actually, I'm in every position.
No.
No, keep in mind, you're always surrounded by danger, and that danger could very easily
You are, not me.
take the form of the Eastbourne and Kamlisle militaries. Could Norwich survive a siege of that size? I doubt it.
With our allies. Perhaps.
And you assume Eastbourne has none either.
What? Is he aware that he has no power over any of that?
Maybe, maybe not.
No, really, his father does.
Once Firendel finds out the situation, there might be talks of it. Regardless.
It is vague threats is all they're being exchanged at this point.
Yes. Right, well.
If you want the answers you seek, you must come to me. Otherwise, goodbye.
I'm beginning to think that everybody is just like this. Why is everybody
Are you
fighting me?
done? Are you done speaking
Now-
to him?
You are you aware she had no idea what he
I could hear
he
his
said?
conversation, but not this.
I
one.
wasn't being quiet about it.
Yes, you
Yeah.
she could only hear your responses.
Yes. And I was divulging. I was trying to figure out what information Leilani would have during that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Are you finished speaking to him?
Yes.
So, have the plans changed?
Remarkably.
So,
No.
I take it our new plan is to take up this position that you threatened. and
No. It's not that. No, there are no allies to be made in Norwich.
yes. So, because
He
all that
is looking for a treasure from fairy tales and legends.
yes, I got the fairy tales and legend bit. And you can't go in there after threatening him like that. That would simply be admitting that he was in the position he thought he was and you were not.
Yes, you are correct.
Have you stopped talking at this point?
Huh?
Yes, we would have stopped now because we do not want to approach
Yes.
this.
No, yeah, we're not just
You just like see off in the distance the Norwich, the walls of Norwich.
So
And
we cannot
I've been
continue.
walking
We
this
must turn back. At least get out of Norwich.
Yes. I just
He made it very clear, or from what I gathered.
no. He was remarkably. He wasn't hostile. He was.
He was threatening you.
Yeah. To be fair, I was doing the same, but
Oh yeah, I would know. You're not. You just stopped.
He opened with a threat.
pretty close outside. What happened? They stopped.
he did say I was surrounded by danger always.
Yes.
So yes, he did open with a threat, but regardless, yes, he wasn't outright hostile. He was. I don't.
If nothing
wasn't
else, he was lording over you.
He is a lord.
Right, but not of you. And
You are correct.
you can't allow him to act that way.
It could be someone else.
Right. Well, my father.
You cannot come at his bidding.
No, I don't intend to.
Keep them there.
And yes, the threats I made were largely empty as well. My
I
father
don't
isn't
see
going
why
to.
they have to be.
My father isn't going to act out on this.
I made-
I know he won't.
He will not act out against someone who has grave robbed his wife.
The
And-
nature of my father and my mother's relationship was not.
Wants the blood of his son and is willing to threaten him to get it? Your father is many
These-
things, but he very much cares for you.
Yes, I know that for certain.
And if
But-
nothing else, they should be dealt with as a noble who is treating another noble this way.
Again, I agree. However, I don't know.
So where do we go?
We go back to Eastbourne. We can't not. Now,
I agree.
any risk we face here is larger than any risk we would face otherwise, I believe.
Do we prepare for the worst once we reach there?
We can't prepare for war with Norwich. I don't think it'll come to that.
We need to be preparing for war regardless.
Yes.
As you were talking, Jarner Zexu slowly
Arrives over the horizon.
over to you.
Yes? I am going to.
Let me guess. My dad said many things.
Indeed, he did.
He's not for that.
You were still there.
You know, your servant wasn't it? And no offense intended. She wasn't exaggerating when she compared your father to you.
I told them what I believed.
I have no idea what you said.
Yeah.
She said that you were a pleasant person. She said your father was not that. And she wasn't lying.
Well,
So,
is that what you call it?
So we must go now before we get caught up.
You're not going in the city, are you?
No, and if you attempt to stop us,
I have no intention of stopping.
good.
There's no reason.
I don't know what game is being played here, but
Nor do I.
how?
My father has
I-
something he wants.
Yes,
He has no.
I'm going to ask.
That is
That's-
what. If he threatened you, it is because he has a piece on the chessboard that you don't.
Indeed. I'm going
He
to
wouldn't
ask
make
a
such
very,
threats if he didn't
very
know it,
difficult and perhaps a very foolish question. How How inclined are you to do your father's wishes?
He is my father. What
That
would you do
I-
for yours?
Not this.
Then you have your answer.
Right.
But
He did threaten me.
my
Albeit
mother has nothing
indirectly.
to do with this.
What?
My mother has nothing to do with this. And
Understood.
she could
What
not
I'm
be involved.
asking is, it would be considered,
Reason?
yes, but we need an informant. So, any information you can find out about this. And then relay it to us. Because,
Currently, the biggest piece on the board is information.
yes,
What information are you looking for?
we just need to know the nature of your father's
Desires?
desires and
He wants power
right,
of all kinds.
Or more specifically, his current objectives.
which are to find this treasure. Have you heard of this legendary treasure?
I do not care for legends.
On that we agree.
Bonding!
Right.
Your father seems to be obsessed with this treasure.
Yes, ever since he
James.
made me go to that fucking church.
James knew.
So I can keep in. We can find a way to keep in touch with him. I can't send messages that far, but
Yes.
we can find ways to keep in touch. But currently, we do need to go.
I
Yes.
also understand. If you're planning, where do you plan to go?
We're going back to Eastbourne.
That's just as bad of an idea.
It's the only place.
The king's palace wasn't safe.
Then nowhere's safe. We might as well go
Exactly.
somewhere we know.
That's even worse.
It's our best bet.
If nothing else, we have a home to defend there.
I know some goblins.
And my father is well intentioned.
I said I know some goblins who might help.
No. I'm not dealing with goblins.
As much
you
as
won't have to.
as fond as I am of goblins, probably not the best idea.
Well, actually. Dire!
What?
The imp!
Oh, do you see actually
You
on
see,
your call?
a burst of flame appears in front of him as a small imp appears.
Oh, this is wonderful. Wednesday.
Yes, yes.
My eyes light up. Oh, right, you're here too.
How are you?
Yeah.
Doing
Who is this?
Dire.
He's cute.
Really cute.
She's so cute.
So cute.
Look how small he is.
Size does not.
What is he?
He's an imp.
You have
You're not
fought
seeing
some
me.
before.
No.
Yes. We did fight these.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He would recognize them.
Killer.
Wait a
Killed my
minute.
brothers.
Wait a minute. When you said you saw two people killing a goblin,
Them.
well,
To be fair, unless I'm
made my
mistaken,
job a little bit.
I think I killed
They
all
were
the
ransacking
the
Eastbourne's
imps.
farmers.
Them. Killed the
And my
goblins.
father sent me to
Oh,
deal
goblin?
with it.
Okay.
As some
I
kind
had
of...
to pay.
Said
I had to
two
promise
people
them
killed
a
a
castle.
goblin camp.
Well,
That.
you know...
Oh, that's how he knows. I thought he just marked us.
Oh no,
No, no,
the ones that live.
Well, to be fair, your brother
A
started it.
different village.
Yes. Bro, fair. Fair.
Apologies about that. I had nothing against them until they attacked us.
What do you want?
What can you do? What do you
I report back to my master.
Who's your master?
You won't tell
He doesn't have a name. Or it doesn't have a name. It's not a he. She it's a thing.
What thing is it?
No.
Can you describe it?
No. It's a voice. Not a.
Voice?
Not a. We have never seen its form.
What do we?
How good are you at watching?
Another piece to it, Papa.
I can turn invisible. Good.
Do you happen
You'll
to?
spy on my phone. What? You will spy on my phone. But I must go back to my master at some point. I know. You can do that as well. But you will spy on my father. And report back to
Also,
me. Periodically.
do you happen to be able to send messages over large distances?
I need to look at what imps can
Ow.
do.
Sending is what you're looking for.
I know, but I don't know if imps have it.
Yeah.
You can also teleport.
Oh, that's just a flavor thing.
Yes.
Imps can't actually do that.
I doubt he can
Mm.
use sending. but
Tasty teleport.
It is worth asking.
Oh, yes.
What?
Yes.
The closest thing he has to that is commune, but that's only with his master.
Yep, that tracks.
Yes, but he can also teleport.
Anyway,
Technically, he can only
we'll find a
teleport
way
to
to
where people have
message.
spoken his name.
Exactly.
if nothing else, we can do.
But they don't know that.
messages.
You didn't either.
I know. I didn't know you would actually show up. I was guessing.
For a second, I had to remember who Dyer was.
Yes.
Right. So now we have a way of getting the information, and we can figure out a way to get the information to us. But we cannot dally here any longer.
I am suggesting you do not go back home. It is. It could be as dangerous.
What better place is there?
Style.
Your father will
Bad
be at
idea.
home.
Say
There
it.
won't be other places.
My master could protect you. Where is your master?
Didn't you already tell us the island?
I don't think.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did. What island is it?
I don't remember.
Exactly.
Trust me,
How
this
could
point.
your master protect
One of the two
us?
Defenses,
What kind?
I was literally gonna say that.
magical.
So we can go home, and then he can defend us if that's the case.
You have.
Master has a fortress. Hard to find, hard to get to.
Sounds better.
So, do we trust the word of an imp?
Oh, the imp will. I don't think the imp
At
wants
this
to
point,
lie.
we have a
does he?
choice.
No,
And
Dyer does
the
not want
imp
to lie.
promises
Dyer does
better-
not want to lie.
better.
lying causes
But at the
pain
same
for
time, the other has
master.
your father, and we know the other. And every single time we've gone somewhere that we haven't been prepared for, we've seen what happened.
You're not prepared for going home.
I say we go home. Now, could the imp be just as useful? And could this be the better solution? Certainly. But
Where is the fortress?
Scarfate.
That's on another island, correct?
was that a yes?
It was, yeah.
Dyer can show you the way, safer way.
Dyer is good.
What do you
Dyer
say,
is not
Donovan?
good. Dyer is
Trust
That
me.
is the point. He does not understand what I'm saying. He's a good boy. You are a good
I want
boy.
him.
You.
Dyer is not boy. Dyer is imp.
There's a
Never
good
mind.
thing.
Non-binary.
Nah, he's
Rock
finished.
on.
Right.
My gender is imp. I am imp.
Doom.
Certainly.
Eternal.
What's in your pants? Doom. I think it might be a tail.
Oh, is that what you
Moral sense motive on the imp.
The imp will not lie.
No, I was gonna roll sense motive, and then I realized I just don't care.
19.
The imp will
He's
not
not lying
lie.
to you.
Yeah, but that's not the issue.
No, I know.
I didn't.
Do
I
you know for
believe-
certain that your master will offer us hospitality?
Dyer can go speak to master.
And your master, he wouldn't have any ulterior motives to taking us in, would he?
I don't even think. I don't even know if he exists.
Protection comes with price, but
Ooh,
Dyer would not know what price.
How
would be.
much?
Well,
It could be money.
see what he's asking and see if he would allow it in the first place. If you would.
Please.
There, I can do that. And he vanishes in a puff of smoke.
I see his Nightcrawler.
If
But
he does
tiny.
ask a reasonable price, do we go with this?
Well,
I
guess we see
I
what
think.
price. It could
Where
be
did
money.
your
It
father
could be.
go?
He went back to Eastbourne.
It could be a trap.
Anything
Very
could be a
likely.
trap.
Could be a
And we
trap.
can always catch up with him if we
You
need
did not
to.
know this thing existed. It did not know.
The inn
you
could be a thing, a
existed.
trap. Eastbourne could be a trap. Norwich is undoubtedly a trap.
Not yet. Okay.
Right.
And
So-
according to your father, it doesn't really matter where I am because I'm always surrounded by danger, which is some philosophical bullshit.
Alright, is he
Generally
wrong?
keep troops in the woods.
Regardless,
He is
No.
wrong.
Depends.
Regardless of- regardless of the danger around you, I at least know I have a friend to one side.
I think
And
what he means.
Dyer reappears
I
in
think-
this small burst of
Before you
fire.
continue, Dyer. I
He's
think
like-
what my father means is that because of who you are always in danger.
Regardless,
Someone will
that's
be
a
after
moot
you.
point at this point.
It doesn't.
Continue.
Master says, we'll give you protection, but must prove yourself.
A
How?
quest.
If you say that word again.
Honestly, it's
Master
not a
would
bad
not say
idea.
quest.
Master would say
If
mission.
it's just proving ourselves, that's a very low cost.
Master says, Dyer will take you to Scarfate, and then you will, go through tests.
If we prove ourselves, we will be protected without other cost.
Yes, as long as
Seems fair.
you
the
prove
best way
yourselves,
to get, I
you will be
think.
protected.
If
As long
we-
as you remain in Fortress. All right.
Right,
Master
I say
cannot
we
protect-
catch up to you, Father.
Master will not
We
protect
get
you
back
outside of it.
the item that we're protecting, and we take it with us.
Indeed.
And of course, this is only if you trust what's going on here. Or if you
There is
believe it's
very
the safest
few
bet.
things that I can trust right now.
So the fortress at home.
It's the fortress.
Then let's catch up with the Father.
Yes.
John, sister, thank you very much. You've been
Sister.
very
Both of you are like, what? And you look at your servants.
What?
You've all been quite wonderful. But I apologize because we will have to go. I'll explain it to you, I promise.
Yeah. Fine.
We're good.
Is
Oh, we're-
is Dyer taking you two?
Yes.
Oh,
I can't go.
this changes.
Who's taking what? Those two are coming?
I can't go home. I probably know what I've done.
Wow.
I don't come back
right, but
with you two.
we simply left.
Does she understand? We'll explain that later.
Let me make this easy on you. I reach over and I touch your arm. You are now dazed. Let's get out of here.
Is there no save for that?
No, you're lower level than me.
I am
We're
equal. You're the same level.
Equal.
Okay.
Equal or lower level.
Dyer can still take us.
That's fine,
You
but
can. But apparently that wasn't part of what he discussed with
Let's
me.
go,
I'm not
Dyer.
aware of this. You have to go catch up with.
yes, we are
Yes.
on our way.
Okay. You fix this.
I can't fix stunned.
Darn. Dazed, not stunned.
I apologize, but I don't trust you.
I don't trust anyone.
I'm sorry.
You just made it worse. Aaron,
What?
you have effectively gotten a familiar.
I like how the one of them that isn't supposed to have one has one.
Yep. Yeah. The one person who's probably not supposed to have one.
No, mages is have
The
familiars.
least likely person to have
Thank
one
you.
is
Right.
me.
Well, no, Nate's actually supposed to have a familiar, I think.
Not yet.
Yeah, he's
No, I'm supposed to already have had a familiar.
you stole his familiar.
Yes, I did.
Yes, me and Nate both are supposed to have one. I do, he does not. And now
So
Aaron
yes,
does.
Roll survival to catch up to track.
I was about to roll, but
effectively.
I
That's a
can't.
1.
Also, it's only in the last
20.
like 16 seconds.
You track his
Not
father
even
down.
16
He's
seconds.
off
Actually, if it's 6 times 4.
on
I guess we're going the
It's in
right
last
direction.
24 seconds.
Yes,
going
I'm
through the
set.
forest,
Okay.
out of the way. Eventually, you catch up to him. I thought you were going to Norwich.
Change of plans.
Can we just say we quickly explain the
Nah, he wants you to
basic
roleplay it.
idea of what's happening?
Nah, he wants you to roll it.
You see, there is the elephant in the room of you asking for the heart.
Yep. You
Yes,
have to
okay,
do
so we
that.
get to the point and
Yes.
we say, because this place is safer than home,
As he realizes what you're going to say.
we were wondering
No.
if we could take the
No.
heart.
It
Why
stays
not?
with me.
Why not?
Because it stays with me. It is most safe with me.
You do not have a hand, you do not have a weapon, and you're possibly walking into a trap.
By yourself across the countryside.
I understand how much it's important to protect this, but surely you understand.
How do I know this master will not take it? Where's the assurance?
He promised that there would be no other
And you accept empty promises?
This is going off completely my character's knowledge of fairy tales, however, I guess you don't know this, but imps don't lie. It's not a
And
thing
how
that
do
they can
you
do.
know that?
It's part of who they are.
He didn't seem to be lying.
I believe the emperor would lie.
They can't.
That does not mean this master was not.
It's the best assurance, don't you see?
Father, wherever you go, you're making a constant bet with the heart in your possession. If it wasn't safe in Kamlisle, in the ruins, there's no guarantee that it will be safe with you in Eastbourne.
At least it will be hidden again.
Anywhere you go, you're taking a chance. I'm asking you to take a chance with us.
I would like both of you to roll diplomacy.
16.
20-something.
You can roll at advantage.
Yeah, 24.
That's a 1.
So
16.
Also, you... Never mind.
Fortunate.
Yeah. That would technically would have been the advantage, though. You probably wouldn't have given it to him if he had advantage.
No.
Oh,
Swear to me that you will not use it.
I swear.
I have no intention of using it.
I
And
don't,
swear that
I don't
will
even
not.
know how to use it or what to use it for.
Or give it to anyone who
I-
would use it.
Within my power, I will not relinquish it to anybody else. Right.
And then detonates the world.
Boom! And then the campaign
Why'd
over.
you have to
Campaign
keep
4,
this
brother.
up?
So,
it back.
Can we follow the imp?
Get Mallory to take it back.
The imp is currently not here.
Daya?
He was
He didn't
just
follow
floating.
us?
No, he was just floating by his.
Right, okay.
Daya.
I'm gonna miss.
Hello?
I'd like to message the. Oh, that
Yes.
worked. That just worked.
I am no longer dazed,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah,
It's
no,
only
you're not.
lasting for 24
People who know his name
seconds.
can summon him, apparently.
Certainly, that's fascinating.
So Philip assumed he had followed them and was calling out, but no, he just damnation strided in.
Hopefully not. We'd be old to be dead.
He ethereal stepped through you.
No,
She has that effect on people.
we're ready to go.
I cannot stop it. Not really, no.
Mine. Am I supposed to take you? Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's you.
That's fine. I can't stop that.
Okay. I understand we
set
will
it.
need to prove ourselves as well. I'm
Can't
fully willing.
stand.
Quickly flies over to both of you.
I can't do that.
Reappears, touches both of you, and you vanish. That's where we will end this session of Pats and Dragons. Yeah.
Ah.